All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Jacking Around podcast. I know we took another 1 week kind of hiatus. Some of us were not around, busy, you know how it goes. But it's currently Monday, April 10th, and yeah, had a bunch of shit go on since the last time we talked, so we got a lot to talk about. So first things first, as usual, how's y'all's last 2 weeks been, man? Kyle, why don't you go ahead and start it out?
My last 2 weeks, man, um, not too bad, I guess. I finished up my internship hours,
Hell yeah.
on technically Wednesday, but me being the kind-hearted person I am, I stuck around for Thursday and Friday to make sure that the PT that I was working with wasn't left alone because I know he had a pretty stacked schedule. So I stuck around for those days, and then yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Went home for Easter, or went to my girlfriend's parents for Easter up in Dallas. So got to spend Easter up there. Ate some amazing food. I mean, God, that's I have so much to look forward to when I go up there. Not only do I get to see the future in-laws, but I get to eat damn good.
Hell
And
yeah.
food gets brought back home to us. So even had even more of that food tonight for dinner. So um pretty good. Excited to get back on here and talk with you boys.
Hell yeah, man. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Jacob, how's your last 2 weeks been?
Kind of, nothing crazy happening. Like the Easter break was kind of like a reset for me. Had like 2 months of uh straight work, no real breaks or anything, and then had the opportunity to go home, kind of hang out with the family, recharge, watch the
Hang out with
UFC.
the kids, with the wife.
Yeah, hang out with the dog and the cat, and got the hamster, everything. I didn't quite get as far as changing my the background though, as Kyle did. Um, but
Dude,
yeah,
like I said earlier, it's very, very symmetrical.
Thank
I
you.
like
Yeah,
I
it.
most
you're
tried.
dope.
you're
Most
welcome.
dope.
You're welcome, Kyle.
Yeah, I was trying to move because I'm naturally it's if it's centered with the wall, or the table's not centered with the wall, so I had like moved the whole setup like to the left, and then Jacob was like, "Hey, go a little bit more this way, go a little more this way." So, yep, good food, good friends, and good times. And then for Easter Sunday, got the two crosses up. So,
Love it. Love it.
Dude,
Perfect.
festive, bro. I like
thank you,
it.
thank you, thank you. Temporary, we'll see.
I like it.
Oh yeah, man.
All right, Nick. How you
Dude,
been, man?
pretty good. This past weekend was our Palm Sunday. Our Easter is next weekend. So went to like church this Sunday. That's basically all I did all the weekend. The week before on Monday, I was at the Masters practice round. It was pretty fun.
Fat flex.
Yeah, but it was a good time, I I got to see the whole course, I got to watch like Tiger drive. I was like 10 yards from him. I like at one point I spoke to Dustin Johnson's caddy for like 30 seconds. He like showed me the little book that they have just really quick. He just like a quick flip through and then just like showed me it.
It's fire,
I was just like, hey, how's caddying for Dustin Johnson? He was like, it's cool and stuff like that. Saw that. I saw the par three, or it was the hole 16. It's a par three. Like there's water and like in the fairway. So it's like a tradition. They like skip the ball and try and see if they can get on the green. I saw like Tiger, Fred Couples, Rory, and somebody else. I'm not sure who. They all like lined up and did it at the same time. That was pretty cool, and then we saw like a few like caddies do it, so that was pretty cool doing that. It was pretty lax. Um, I tried like all the barbecue sandwich, the egg salad, potato salad, both of them, I think. And like the Georgia ice cream sandwich thing, that was pretty good. Their beer, it's a ripoff of Blue Moon. I'll just be honest.
Mm.
They just put Blue Moon and slapped their label on it, but it was still good, and it was like $5, so I can't complain. But yeah, it was a good time. It was a blast.
The food there is something that I've always wanted to try, especially the Georgia peach ice cream sandwich is like out there of something that I really want to try one day.
Dude, they
So,
have it. You can order it to your house, like the food.
oh shit.
Like it's like $150, but it's like a
Never mind.
package. You get like a pint of like egg salad, a pint of like the barbecue, and like all the stuff.
Damn. I heard it was. I saw like on Twitter and stuff that the menu is cheap. Like it was like $1.50
dude,
for
yeah,
like some shit.
like the most expensive thing was beer. I think that was $5. Like the sandwiches were like $1.50 to like maybe $3. So it was pretty, and like it's not great food, like, but it's for the price, that's pretty good.
Really, it's not that
Yeah.
good.
I mean, it's not crazy, but it's still pretty good.
Just not
You
bad.
Keep
know,
hearing shit, keep
yeah.
hearing shit in the hallways, so I'm closing that door. So if it opens, you know,
Adios.
yeah,
We're witnesses.
yeah, y'all are witnesses. Y'all witness me get my
We
ass
can
beat.
identify. But yeah, Colton, how have you been, bud?
Jesus,
Mr.
that was bad
Roblox,
timing.
looking
No, you're
pixel.
good. You're good. Oh yeah, you fucking great job, Southgate Wi-Fi. Love it. Last 2 weeks, just peachy, man. Just living another day in paradise. Um, just worked really last week. I think Saturday, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, Saturday, we had a junior day. Had like 50 kids come to campus. It was a really long day, but successful. I got to eat some crawfish during the like 10 minutes of downtime I had the whole day. Pretty fucking good. Crawfish here are really fucking good. So I mean, yeah, it was a long ass day, not gonna lie. We were really short staffed. And this was like the biggest like junior day we've had so far. So it was like the perfect storm of just complete like just shit. Like we were just so spread thin. We didn't have enough people to help out with certain things, and like it's a long day. But it went decently well. I'd like to think so. Hopefully, all those guys had a good time visiting the campus and all that. But yeah, in this last week, um, just another week. I had Friday off, which was nice. I got to go home an hour early on Thursday, so that was cool. That was cool. Um, called Easter weekend, since I had already made these plans like already a couple weeks or a couple months ago actually. Um, I didn't go home. I went to Lake Charles to the casino because we had a family friend come down and they were celebrating a birthday, and so they told me to come out there and come stay with them. So went there, went stay with them, had a Saturday night, had a just really great steak. Like that was one of the best steaks I think I've ever had. My knife just went through it like it was butter. It was so damn good.
Mm.
Um,
You never had my cooking, but go ahead.
Hmm.
I have, but okay.
Hey, up or down? Yeah,
Yeah,
nice,
Kyle
man.
knows how to cook. Ain't no doubt about that. Um, but yeah, so I won. I went and played some blackjack. 25 bucks a hand. Oh wait, I don't. Can I do that? I don't know if I can or not. Whatever.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I went and
Edit
played.
it out.
I went and played blackjack. Won 25 bucks. You know, I didn't play very long. I only played a couple hands. 25 bucks a hand. Ended up I had $200 in. Came out with 225. So didn't lose money.
Nice.
Beat the house by 25 bucks. So
If you just would have gone like one more
um,
time, you would have, ended up $300.
I
Yeah.
I had it. I didn't play it the right way, but I had a chance to like split it, and then all the cards would have worked out to where I could have won like $100 in one hand. But like I haven't played enough blackjack to like know everything to do with whatever cards. I was just like hit or stay and all that. But yeah, so
So I just want to get this right. So you went gambling on Easter weekend.
yeah.
on the Lord's Day.
Listen,
the Lord's
whenever I made these plans, I did not realize that it was Easter weekend.
I'm not judging. I just wanted to just make sure I had it right.
Yes, you had that right. I went gambling on Easter weekend, and I
Love it.
honestly, when I made these plans, I had no idea it was Easter weekend, and then I got to the point where it was like, oh shit, that's Easter weekend. It was too late to back out because I had already made the commitment to go, and so I was like, well, I kind of have to go now. So hey, it was very unintentional that it happened to be on Easter weekend. Like I um So I know. Um, I'm a heathen for that, but you know it is what it is.
Jay
You
Jay
did.
Herb 20
Jay Herb made me
says
laugh.
it's 25,000. Jesus rises from the dead is a lock.
I
That is an
that is
epic.
funny.
That's epic.
I thought about.
That's
I did not do it. I thought about going and throwing down some money on Adesanya to win, but
Mm.
since they had a couple sports books in the casino,
Are
but
you allowed to sports bet?
no. Which is why I said I thought about
He
it.
thought about it. Yeah, he thought about it. He's like, oh,
I
wait,
didn't
I
actually do
can't
it.
do that.
Mm.
I can't do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't actually do it.
The crazy thing
But
is, he was worried about us getting him in trouble, and he's the one running his own mouth.
I'm not
Yeah.
running my
You
mouth. I
can't
literally,
get him in trouble.
I didn't put any money on it. I said I thought about it since I was
Yeah,
there.
but yeah, that's true. You did bet on something else, but
You should just put it on
I
fucking
didn't
Jesus.
bet on anything. I didn't bet
put
on
it on the
anything
Lord.
else.
You should take that $25 you won from the casino and give it to a church
It's great. It's a
donation,
great idea.
or what's it called?
Tax write off.
Offering.
Oh.
Okay.
Nice.
All
Oh.
right. Well,
Okay.
you know.
Tax write-off.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But yeah, so that's been my last 2 weeks. Got just work all week this week. Yeah, working out. That's all I really do. Work out. Pretty much it.
Gamble. Oh.
I don't gamble. Not very frequently. Yeah. So since the last time we talked, the one of the best NCAA tournaments of all time finished up. We had a 4 seed versus a 5 seed in the championship. I mean, that's just insane to me. And UConn just absolutely demolished San Diego State. I mean, they won all of their tournament games. I think the average margin of victory for all their tournament games was 20.4. Like, that is like an insane run. Like I can't think of a college basketball team in March that was more dominant than this year's UConn team. Granted, UConn didn't have to play a whole lot of like super tough competition per se, but they won the fucking Natty by 17. I mean,
Yep.
that is
Yeah.
And San Diego State was rolling people too.
yeah, and I mean they had one of the best defenses in the country, and UConn just did whatever they wanted and just ran away with it. It's crazy. I mean, it might be time to start putting UConn in the blue blood of college football talk because they've won 5 titles since 1999.
College what?
College basketball.
Oh, basketball. Yeah, no, not
You're
football.
not putting the blue
No,
blood for football. I mean, go
I'm not.
ahead.
No, not football. My bad. I got messed up. Basketball. The Blue Bloods for basketball. They won 5 titles since 1999. They're consistently good. I mean, it might be time to have that conversation. You know, they've that was by far one of the most impressive runs I've ever seen by a team. What do y'all have to think?
I would agree.
Going right off of that, I mean, with Gonzaga, who a lot of people, including me, had in, I believe, the Final Four. I mean, just beat them by almost 40, I think it was. I mean, that's just ridiculous. And for them to have, like you said, kind of not too hard of a route, but I mean, you have to go through a really good Gonzaga team that has like a guy in his 10th year there. Yeah, I mean, you got to play well, and they beat them by like 40. So, I kind of picked them once we had our repick. You know, once after seeing that, I mean, I didn't think FAU, San Diego State, or Miami would be able to hold them. So,
Yeah, good pick.
Yeah.
I think I'm not entirely sure if I went to UConn, but I'd like to say I think I did. But
Mhm.
I know at work we all chose who was going to win, and I chose UConn to win. Just the championship, not like out of the Final Four.
Yes, that was the hardest choice possible right there.
yeah.
I did win the with all of our brackets. I had the most score. I had UConn going to the championship game, so that kind of won it for me. Also won me a $50 gift card. So yeah,
Nice.
I didn't. My Creighton pick decided to lose, but it's what it is. But yeah, I kind of agree with what you're saying though about UConn potentially blue chip ish or blue
Blue
blood.
blood.
Yeah, I mean, I would say from what kind of seems to happen with UConn is they win a national championship and then fall off for like 5 years, and then win a national championship and then fall off for 5 years, and it's just like a little cycle. But yeah, I mean,
They win a chip, fire their coach. A couple years later, whenever they're really bad,
yeah,
win a chip again, go kind of down, fire the coach, rehire another one. I mean,
yeah.
3 different coaches have won the 5 names.
Consistency.
And their coach, if I'm not mistaken, like kind of called it, or seeing something about it where he was like, I can't remember exactly what he said. He was like basically just saying, "Hey, watch out for us in the next couple years," and then like 2 years later they win it. So kind of cool.
Hey,
He had the
gotta
vision.
love it when a coach has confidence in your team like that. I mean,
It's the process.
They just got lucky,
Okay.
man. They just got hot at the right time.
Well, I think it was a nice combination of, yeah, they were just lighting everybody up, but also you had a lot of teams that were supposed to be good getting upset, and so it was the easiest route possible for everybody once they get to like the round of 16.
Yep.
And they had like what, 3 players on was it Ramadan or something?
I think so.
So they couldn't have any fluids, couldn't eat during the game, or couldn't have fluids during the game.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
And like they had like a sibling thing, or cousins, or
That was one was on San Diego State, and one was on
one was on UConn.
UConn. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's pretty cool. Don't see it
Chet
very
Herb
often.
said that they used the transfer portal nicely too. Yeah, they definitely did. That's one of the new keys in sports now, in college sports. That is a transfer portal with the one free like exemption. I mean,
It's like
it's
free agent.
definitely it
Mhm.
literally is free agency. It's completely changed the game.
It seems like
Every team that you see from now on that's going to win is going to have 1 or 2 key transfers. So it's kind of the name of the game. Got to hit the portal hard.
especially like those grad transfers, because they come in,
Yep.
5th years or 4th year, and they're older. You know how it is with college basketball. The
They're just
guys
more
that
developed.
they're developed, they're bigger, they're stronger, and they don't have to be the number one option. That could be some other stud. But if you're third, fourth option, or could be the number one guy elsewhere, you're
Oh
sitting pretty well.
No doubt. That's like with Serge Jabari Rice for Texas. I mean, he's a 5th year kind of guy, like the locker room presence that those kind of guys bring and the experience of, oh, hey, I've been in this situation before. Let me sit down this 18 or 19-year-old kid who hasn't and try and teach him, like, hey, in this moment, you do this, like stuff like that. Just like the presence that they bring. Having a good mix of the older grad transfers with the younger players is going to be a really good key to success for a lot of these teams moving forward.
Is it just me, or do we see a lot more people staying around for those third, fourth, 5th years? Because I mean, in basketball, right? It's you can be one and done.
Yep.
You can ball out and go to the draft. I feel like we're not really seeing that anymore. It's these guys now, they're sticking around, whether it be for NIL maybe, or if it's just because I don't know. There's just not that many superstars nowadays. They need more time to develop, and then they realize they're not ready for the pros. But I feel like we're starting to see that kind of trend a little bit more.
Seems
I
like a
think
combination.
I think a lot of it is like the kids who aren't really ready for the NBA. They would usually go anyway, just because there's no monetary gain in college, and they would just, oh, well, I can make money, go to the NBA, they'll develop me, and then they'll just do one and done. But now some of these like borderline kids who would just jump can be like, oh, hey, well, I can get some NIL money, stay here for another year, maybe make a deep tournament run, win a championship. So I think I'm gonna stay one more year, get developed, maybe win a chip, still make money, and then I'm gonna go to the league when I think I'm a little bit more ready and I can get drafted higher. So
I mean,
I
but
think NIL definitely has a lot to do with it, but like, I,
even before NIL though, it seemed like people were starting to stick around now. But the way that I feel like is because, I mean, they stay on campus and they don't have to be the best player, but they're still like held to that college athlete up on that pedestal. But then if you try to rush things, go get drafted in the second round of the NBA draft, or easily go undrafted, then you're kind of in limbo,
Yep.
But there's a lot of guys like, Luka Garza from Iowa. I don't even think he got drafted, but then he got picked up by the Timberwolves because he's proven he can play at a high level. And he's like the third string center, and he'll get some playing time against the Lakers, I'm sure, because of that whole ordeal. But yeah, NIL definitely does help keep people around, though.
Yeah,
Money
no
is
doubt.
money. I can't blame him.
Jay Herb with a great point. Said crazy stat I read today is 20% of D1 basketball players are in the portal right now. In today's world, any given team who gets the right combo of guys could instantly become a legit threat. Yeah, no doubt.
Nice.
If you could, like, FAU just won the most games in all of college basketball. They're bringing back basically their entire roster. Imagine they go out and they get a couple of these high value transfers. FAU is a 2 seed next year. Like any of these, like Jay Herb said, like any of these teams could instantly become a threat with 1 or 2 portal additions. And hell, you have plenty to choose from.
I think you drop some of these guys down in old San Marcos. Get the Bobcats up to snuff.
And they got a good team, man. They're always competing for the Sun Belt. We should have got a bid, I think 2 years ago, I think it was. I'm not gonna say we should have. I can't like back that up because I don't pay attention to basketball here that much. But from what I saw on Twitter and people's reaction from Texas State, we could have gotten a bid, and it could have, either way, it's gonna be debated. But just like you said, man, if we get the right couple pieces here and there, easily the coaches is good. So.
It does seem like A&M might need more of that help, though.
I would no. A&M just needs some help. Period. I don't know what it is, dude. We have good flashes and we have bad flashes. But just repeating my boy Jay Herb, couple players here and there, and we got a team. I think we're returning everybody but like 2 people.
Damn.
So just fill those in with some transfer portal additions, and we're good.
Mm-hmm. What about Washington? Does Washington have a chance these upcoming years, or what?
Yeah, man. They have a great
got cool colors.
Yeah, I like them. Their colors and their football stadium is honestly really cool. That's all
Up in the mountains.
Yeah, it's just a cool looking stadium, but that's it.
It's one of the loudest stadiums in college football because of how it's designed, with
I
how the
know.
roof hangs over like
I
that.
went there, bro.
I'm not talking to you.
He plays there.
Talking to the other 2 people in there,
bro. Look at his official gear.
Dang.
Walking W.
Only players get this. Oh man. Anyways.
I know Jacob brought this up earlier, but speaking of the Timberwolves and Luka Garza, the fuck was what happened to them yesterday? That was like the biggest clusterfuck of a game, like events in a game that I think I've ever seen.
They ended up winning it too.
You
right?
had Rudy. Yeah. So you had Rudy. You had Rudy now has a 1-game suspension. He's not even traveling with the team to Los Angeles. Punched his own teammate. Got into an altercation with him on the sideline. Then you had Jalen McDaniels getting pissed off, walking into the tunnel, and just punching the shit out of a wall and breaking his hand.
Yep.
They have a game tomorrow to determine their playoff future, and this happened yesterday. What are we doing? What are we doing, guys?
What'd you say?
Was this all in the same game?
Yep.
Yes.
Against the Spurs, and the Spurs still lost.
Shut up.
He's gonna get
We just feel bad for them. We saw them in turmoil, and we just let them. We're like, we don't need this game anyway.
Was it against the Spurs? I thought the Spurs played the Mavs.
No, we did play the Mavs, but we played the T-Wolves before them. So
that was not against the Spurs.
That
wasn't against the
happened
Spurs.
yesterday.
Yeah, you're right. You went against the Spurs.
We still lost to the T-Wolves. So
I can't remember who they played though. I will say the one great thing about what happened, and hopefully, I would say Naz Reid is kind of legit. he's gonna get picked up by someone. Rudy's backup.
Mhm.
He's gonna get picked up by someone. Like I think the Mavs might go for him because he's like a defensive anchor type guy. But the Jazz, we have the Timberwolves first pick. So I'm hoping they get bounced in the play-ins. But yeah, I
I mean,
mean,
you want to talk about a fleece of a trade? Did you get 5 first-round picks for Rudy?
hey, and we
I
also
mean,
got
what in the fuck?
multiple players. I'm trying to think, who do we get from that trade player-wise? Oh, we got Beasley, Vanderbilt. We turned them into a first-round pick, which they're doing well for the Lakers. I mean, it sucks it's the Lakers, but good for those guys. They're actually going to be able to compete for a playoff spot. But damn, yeah. I mean, Rudy's my guy. I'm always gonna like Rudy, but after watching that, I don't know, man. That just makes me feel like it's hard to like blindly support him when they just came out. They like interviewed him about Kyle Anderson, and he's like, man, he's my dog. I love him. He's very straightforward about blah blah blah, and then punches him. So I don't know. It's kind of fucked up.
I heard Kyle Anderson called him a bitch.
Probably seems like everybody calls
That's
him
just
a
what I
bitch.
read. He is.
I
I
also
honestly
saw.
I stopped liking him when he wiped all of the stuff all over the microphone, and then him and Donovan
Started
Mitchell got COVID.
Nah,
Yeah,
that
that was like okay.
I can't even say that that's like that bad, honestly. Because nobody knew what COVID was or is or was gonna be or anything like that, and he was trying to ease the mood a little bit.
But
He eased the mood, all right.
did he know that he had COVID?
No,
I would
Okay,
imagine.
that's not bad then. He was
Yeah,
just kind of
yeah,
playing.
Kyle,
He was just kind of playing
I don't
around.
know. I don't.
yeah.
I think I would like to see the timeline of it. I can retract my statement if it was early on, but I feel like it was starting to kind of everybody was kind of getting an idea, okay, that this could be something.
It was
And
before the
then he's like,
NBA
"Hey, don't
shutdown.
touch anything," and so then he just starts, oh, just I don't know.
It was before the season got like suspended. I mean,
But
to
then they got
me,
COVID like 2 days later, so
yeah.
I don't know.
But he didn't know he had it. If he knew he had it and he did all that, then
It's
yeah,
different,
he's an
yeah,
asshole.
absolutely. But
But he didn't
still,
know he had it and he was just fucking around.
I think
I don't I
I think
always thought it was just kind of funny.
Marcus Smart would have done it even if he knew he had COVID. That's
Oh
that
my
fake
God.
defensive player of the year.
Shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whatever. Speaking of Marcus Smart, so recap our team's weeks. Celtics, or 2 weeks, I should say. Sorry. Since the last time we talked, Celtics played 6 games, went 5-1. Beat the Bucks, beat the Jazz, beat the Raptors twice, and then beat the Hawks yesterday, and then lost to the 76ers last week, sometime like last Thursday, I think.
To the who?
To the 76ers.
mm,
I thought the 76ers y'all just owned or something.
We're 3-1 against them this year.
I
It's
hear
the
one
regular
loss.
season. I'm not worried about it. I hope we play them in the playoffs so we can send Embiid's ass home again.
Hey, can somebody
Also,
clip that? Someone clip that?
yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
Also, Tatum is the first Celtics player ever to average over 30 points per game for an entire season. So that's pretty cool. He scored the most points in the league this year, so that's also really cool. They not only beat the Bucks, but they absolutely just fucked up the Bucks. On the road, fully healthy Bucks team, fully healthy Celtics team. I think the final score was 140-99, I think. I mean, they just absolutely annihilated the Bucks. It was great to see. Um, but like I said, it's regular season. The real season starts now. Kind of get rested up. I don't really know. I would in the first round, honestly, I'd probably rather see the Hawks, but I don't think Miami's going to lose. So yeah, Celtics looking good. Got the 2 spot locked up. Unfortunately, didn't get the 1 spot. Kind of fumbled there through late February, mid March, I should say, and that kind of screwed up getting the 1 seed. But hey, whatever, be all right.
Who would you
I'm
prefer to be on the
confident.
team, Jalen or PP? You got to keep one.
Dude, the Boston media, I'm surprised I haven't seen anything like, oh, why isn't he getting more playing time over Jalen, this and this? I mean, but got the full team. Well, full team relatively healthy with Jalen getting 5 stitches in his hand for somehow cutting it on glass. I don't
Picking
know
up
how.
a vase.
I don't know how that happened, but you know.
Freaking idiot, bro.
Vase.
He don't want to play, bro.
I doubt it was
That's
a
all it
vase.
is.
I
What do you
mean,
think it was then, Jacob? You
I think
just
it
like
was
you have an idea.
something that you used to ingest some of the stuff that the NBA no longer tests for. That's what I'm thinking.
This guy.
What? Okay, cool.
Widow Elise takes our
anyways.
booty.
Okay,
Who is that?
that's Cade.
Oh.
There's 2 Cades in the chat. The full chub is Cade, and then Toaster is Cade.
Toaster.
Just Cades everywhere.
Common Colton.
Anyway, so fuck off, Fitz. Anyway, so Celtics looking good. I'm excited for the playoffs. I think we're gonna have a good run, good deep run. Everybody's healthy, so please, for the love of God, stay healthy throughout the playoffs and go get Banner 18. Because this team is not gonna look the same after this next offseason.
JB's gone.
Grant's contract is up. Peyton Pritchard's contract is up. With him dropping the most random 30-point triple-double yesterday, his price just went up a little more. So
Tatum's going
was it a trip up?
Yes, bro. He dropped like 30, 14, and 11. Just
Damn.
like out of nowhere. And then Mike Muscala and Sam Hauser combined for 53 points. Like, yes.
All he needs is a shot, bro.
That's straight up. I saw some, like, it was on Instagram. It was like yesterday was like the most not real day in the NBA. Like, Udonis Haslem dropped 28.
24.
24, my bad. It was just all these random dudes just
Cam
balling
Thomas
the fuck
went
out.
off again.
Yeah, like we haven't heard from him in like 2 months, and he just dropped 46 yesterday. Just I don't know, man.
Yep. All these teams putting their scrubs in. Like the Mavs had someone get a triple double. No, honestly, there's so many teams that have been they shut down their superstars. So it's literally time for a player to go out there and hopefully lock down some guaranteed money. I don't blame him at all. I'd be trying to stat pad as well.
Mm-hmm. That's what Pritchard did. Bro made 9 threes yesterday. Dude was just letting it go.
Look like all those dudes were just they all had the green light. Saw him and like Hauser shot like 8 threes.
No, Hauser made 9. Him and Peyton Pritchard both made 9.
Damn.
And then Muscala made like 7. Like they were just letting that bitch go yesterday. Like that was the most dumb box score I think I've ever, like the most unreal box score I've ever seen.
When you have an almost white lineup, you better be expecting some threes. Come on now. Threes and assists.
They ain't jumping anywhere.
That is very true.
Hey, Whiteman can't jump. There's a movie about that. Come on.
They're actually doing a remake
with Jack Harlow.
Yeah.
And who's the?
It's not Drewski. It should have been Drewski.
Bro, could you?
That wouldn't make sense though.
Hi.
And it have like the super like corny like 90s thing where he like goes for the jump and then it's like an actual like dunker goes up and dunks it. It's like a stupid stunt double.
Body type just completely different. It's just
Be like that Jordan commercial from the 80s.
It was like it's his mom.
Yeah, it's his mom, and it's just it goes to dunk, and it's just MJ in the fucking wig.
It's a classic.
Yeah. Enough about the old Celtics. Gonna switch gears, you know. The other person that has a playoff team, the only other person that has a playoff team in here, Nick. How we feeling, man?
That's a crazy statement.
I know.
In almost any sport.
I know. I'll be honest, I don't know what their record was, but I know they finished 47-35. And they're playing Cleveland. I have money in 6. Boom.
Easy.
Interesting.
Manuel quickly, 6th man of the year.
I can get behind
Jalen
that.
Brunson, most improved.
No.
Julius Randle.
Brunson
Brunson was
gets most improved.
Brunson, most improved.
No.
Dude, he averaged like
Yeah.
13 points last year. He's averaging 24 this year.
Brunson was balling out last year.
Bro,
That's how he got 60 million.
In the
Shut
regular
the big
season,
dog.
what did he average last year in the regular
Most
season?
improved should go to like Shy.
Should go to a tall white dude out in Utah. That's all I should say. That's all I gotta say.
Oh yeah, him too. Definitely, I would choose Laurie or Shy over.
I think
Brunson over
Shy
MVP.
balled the heck out this year
Yeah,
He
He
balled
just
out
looked-
last year though, so
on a bad OKC team.
still not the great OKC team.
they
They're
made
they,
plenty.
they just need a healthy Holmgren. Get it? They got what, probably 15 picks in this first round this year, so they'll get someone.
Every pick is just going to be the Thunder.
Yeah.
Thunder.
And this is a deep draft from what I've been kind of looking. Like there's
Dude.
Interesting.
what?
My bad. I'm gonna say out, dude. It's Brunson,
Okay.
Okay,
bro. He averaged 16 points last year. Now he's 24, and the Knicks are in the playoffs. Team success.
because he's the main. He's like the guy. He's not Luke. He had Luka shooting everything.
what is it? Still though, dude.
8 points per game.
Still, though.
No. Laurie.
8 points. That's a big. There is a big difference. But
Laurie or Shy.
just like Jacob said, yeah. With having gone from a team where he was the second choice to the first choice doesn't mean it's like he had that in him the entire time.
Hey,
you know?
listen to this. Listen to this. Laurie Markkinen last season was averaging 14.8. This season, 25.6. Bigger jump.
He made
he's-
the playoffs.
And he's shooting almost 5% better from three, 5% better from the field. He's averaging
But
3
he
more
made-
rebounds, more assists.
Playoffs.
And Shy averaged 24.5 last year, and he's averaging 31.4 this year.
That's a better argument than Brunson.
I don't
and
care,
played
man.
in 12 more games.
Playoffs. Knicks in 6. Let's go.
I'm gonna disagree with you on your.
Are you?
I would
your
not put
6
money
man
on
of the
that.
year.
I don't mind
Your
Emmanuel
s-
quickly.
Your 6 man
maybe.
of the year pick should be Malcolm Brogdon.
Come on now,
He's got better
no.
stats across the board than Emmanuel quickly.
Doesn't.
Simple as that. They
No.
average the same amount of points per game, the same amount of rebounds. Brogdon averages more assists, has better field goal percentage,
Games.
has better 3-point field goal percentage, has a better free throw percentage, has a better effective field goal percentage. I can keep going. Brogdon has literally everything about Brogdon is better. I
we'll
just
see.
labeled you off the stats.
We'll see.
He had his
For
own
sure.
opinion. Dude. You can't change his mind.
Well, if we go off the stats, you got to take Marcus Smart's Defensive Player of the Year away from him.
True.
He guards 1 through 5. What do you mean? As a guard.
What was that?
Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, fake defensive player of the year. Shut up.
Did you guys hear that horn?
What horn?
Or,
Oh, you're on. You okay?
you okay?
Dude. Whatever.
Whatever, dude.
All right.
Anyway, so you said Knicks in 6 over the Cavs.
Yes. I believe so.
Hey, Cavs in 7.
Ooh.
Well, we'll
I think
make
it's good-
a
it's-
we'll make a. We don't you have to make your decisions right now.
We'll make our
Oh,
official.
yeah, I
we'll make
guess.
our official
Yeah,
picks
yeah.
here soon.
All right, Jacob. How'd the Jazz do?
Hey man, 2-5 since the our last pod. But I mean, I think the most important thing about it is Jordan Sexton didn't play much. Markkinen didn't play much. Walker Kessler didn't play much. And it was almost all competitive games. They got some young dudes some playing time. Some guys that, I mean, Kelly Olynyk turns into God for 15 minutes of the game and then
Celtics a legend.
proceeds to have 7 turnovers and gets pulled so he can't get triple-double. Chris Dunn almost gets a triple-double. I mean, we have players like Johnny Juzang, UCLA legend, getting some quality minutes. Yeah, I mean, we got our own Luka. He would go to end that last game against the Lakers. I mean, the Jazz lost, but Ochai ended up getting his career high. Luka Samanic got his career high.
Ochai's gonna be a stud. He's really
Oh,
good.
100%. I hope they don't fumble it and use him as a package to get a big guy, a big name, or to move up in the draft or something. I would hate that. I don't think the Jazz need to move up at all.
I think he's probably a guy you want to build around.
I agree.
Rather than try and trade somebody for.
I think we have a very great core right now. You got Markkanen, Kessler, Ochai, and I mean Colin Sexton's a good piece to have, I would say. Just kind of needs to work on some of his. I don't know. Sometimes he makes some boneheaded decisions, but I think every like uber athletic point guard does stuff like that. They just put their head down and get turnovers and take stupid shots, and they got Anthony Davis down in the paint and goes and challenges him and gets stuffed. It's like, well, what'd you expect, But yeah, I mean, our draft situation, we got a little bit better odds. Some young guys got some playing time, so sucks that we're not in the playoffs for the first time in 6 years, but hey, it's got to happen if you're rebuilding, honestly.
Yep.
So.
No doubt. But so what pick do you expect to have?
I mean, right now we probably have like the 6th worst record. I know we're 12th in the West, so we're down there. I would expect to get like the number 8 pick. Honestly, it'd be nice if we ended up with something top 5, but I don't see that happening. You got Portland, you have Houston, San Antonio, Charlotte probably, Indiana maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Y'all are ninth.
Ninth.
Y'all have the 9th worst record. Yep.
Who has a worse record?
The Pacers have the 8th worst. Wizards 7th. Magic 6th. Blazers 5th. Hornets 4th. Rockets 3rd. Spurs 2nd. Pistons 1st.
Damn. Yeah. I
I
mean,
did not realize the Pistons were that bad.
oh, they're
Pistons are
terrible. Because then they Cunningham didn't play. I think they shut someone else down like halfway through the season. And, I mean, Bogdanovich went over there, but he can only do so much. Yeah, I would expect like 8, 9, somewhere in there. But I mean, this is a deep draft. I think that realistically, at 9, you could probably take someone that's going to contribute, and then we also have probably what's going to be like 13, 16, depends on how the Timberwolves and the Lakers finish. But I mean, if you have 3 first-rounders, you could use 1 and trade 2. You could use 2, trade 1. I mean, at this point,
Yeah, possibilities are endless.
Yep, I'm just gonna trust. I'm not getting paid to make those decisions, so I'll let other people make that decision.
Old
And be
Danny
mad at it
Ainge,
when they make the wrong one.
old Danny Ainge will get y'all right, no doubt.
Hey, I'm not gonna speak on it. I don't want to. I'm a full belief in the jinx effect, and the second I say, "Oh yeah, we're doing great, we're set for success," we will draft a bust. So
I understand.
keep my mouth shut.
I personally believe in Ainge. Did a great job for the Celtics. Brought the core that we have there now. So I love Danny Ainge. I think
He has yet to
good
do
deal.
a morally questionable move. So I like that.
Well, it wasn't really questionable morally. It was pretty fucked up morally. Business, probably the best business decision he made, but morally, very fucked up.
What did he do?
Traded Isaiah Thomas after he dropped, after he had his career year, and then his sister died in the playoffs during the Bulls series.
And he
cracked
came
his
out and
tooth.
played too, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he dropped 51 after his sister died.
And
Bro,
they traded him.
Yeah. Morally,
Dang.
dude, I'm still the biggest Isaiah Thomas fan. I love Isaiah. Like, I had jerseys, I had shirts. I loved Isaiah Thomas. It was a fucked up move. I've said this multiple times. Business, I get it. His hip was the reason why he's not playing right now.
It's like defending Bountygate.
Oh my god. I don't defend Bountygate.
I'm playing.
All right, Kyle. Talk to me about your Spurs, man. How'd they?
Well, I pretty much said it already. We're finished second with the worst record in the league. Actually, 3-4 since our last podcast.
Hey,
Yep, but we got
Not
wins
terrible.
over the Kings in
Kings have
overtime.
been
You know,
busy.
showing some promise.
beam.
Shut up. We won against the Kings. Beat the Blazers, and then we beat a very non-dysfunctional Mavs team. They were like played every superstar and just whooped them. And then we lost against the Suns and Timberwolves. So not much else to look forward to. Season's over, so just looking
Draft
forward to the
time.
draft, and
Yep.
hopefully we can get Wimby.
They're getting. Speaking of the Mavs, they're getting the full Kyrie experience right now.
Yeah, that was sarcasm in case you guys didn't realize it, because they sat every single player against us. So
Nice.
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
saw
man.
after the first quarter it was 42-14.
and Luka played the first quarter though, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're getting investigated.
And they took him out. Yeah, they should.
Yep. I don't know why.
Why? So yeah, I want to get your thoughts on that. So like they have a potential play-in spot, right? If they win this game.
Yeah. But the thing was is if they were going for the pick, why did they try and win on Wednesday?
Yeah.
Because they won on Wednesday
Well,
and then they tried to lose.
it doesn't
Like,
even-
if you're trying to go for the pick, just lose.
They don't have their pick.
The Knicks have their pick.
So their pick
Yeah, but if
their
it's
pick literally didn't matter. Like why try to lose that game? You have no reason
because
to lose.
because they have the 10th pick now. It's top 10 protected. If the Mavs
Interesting.
get top 10 worst record, they get their pick. If it's
They are
11, the
10th.
Knicks get it, and now they're 10th. That's what I'm
That-
saying.
I don't think that guarantees number 10 though.
No, it guarantees that.
Or they
Knicks-
guarantee a top 10.
Yeah, it's
because
guaguaranteed a top 10 pick now. Like the
yeah,
Mavericks
the
have
top
their
three
own
go
pick.
for 1, 2, 3, and then everybody else kind of gets jumbled in from there.
Yeah.
So as long as you're in the top 10, you're guaranteed a top 10 pick.
That's
Or you're
why
in the
it
worst
was-
top 10.
Yeah, that's why it doesn't make any
Mm.
sense that they tried to win.
Well, they're probably
on
gonna get it
Wednesday,
stripped,
and they did.
so they're probably not gonna have it because they definitely tanked for it.
I think they should just like give it to the Knicks either way. If it is top 10, they should give it to the Knicks. That should be the penalty.
There you go.
They'll probably just negate it. Probably just take it out
Yeah, it'll probably just be a 29,
and
29
fine them
picks in the first round.
and force J Kid to stay another 2 years. That's probably the biggest
Mhm.
punishment they could have.
Oh god, that'd be hilarious.
You guys think Luka's gone?
Yes.
Yes.
I think Kyrie's not gonna re-sign because he doesn't have to because he's hitting the free agency market.
Okay, so now though, right? You've seen the Celtics experiment. You've seen, how it ended with the Cavs. You've seen the Nets experiment. Now the Mavs experiment. Every single team. I still don't fully think it's Kyrie. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I
did
don't
the
think it's
same
fully
thing.
on Kyrie, but he has a history of every single time that he joins a team, it goes to shit.
Dude,
So what team would even want him?
My
Now,
opinion.
he can come to San Antonio. That's fine with me. We'll take him.
I think he needs a team where he goes and he's the
Damn.
alpha, not in the sense of skill, alpha in the sense of age, because he goes to these teams that have veterans, and they're not. They don't want another veteran to come in there and try to big dick them. Let him go take over a young team. He might have to take a pay cut. Probably not. Some team will pay him. It's gonna happen. But I mean, I don't know why the Mavs traded for him. Luka's a ball dominant guy. They said, you know what I think will help? Let's get rid of our, Luka's best friend and a 3-and-D player. Let's get rid of Dorian Finney-Smith. Let's also get rid of Dinwiddie, who, sometimes he has like 4-point games, and other times has 40-point games. And we're going to bring in a ball dominant point guard who butts heads with every superstar when we're trying to keep our superstar. I don't know. I think Cuban was tripping.
I think he got trigger happy. He saw an opportunity, didn't think it through, and was like, "I'm down."
I agree. Yep. But
like I said, he can come to San Antonio. Like you explained our situation perfectly, right? Like our best player right now is Zach Collins, and he's like a 5th year in the league, I think. And he's who? Nobody. So he could join the team and be perfectly fine. Guide, Trey Jones, Keldon Johnson, Devon Vassell, Jeremy Sokrin, all those guys, and maybe we'd be okay.
I guess you
Ben
can say,
Victor.
I guess you can say whenever Kyrie went to the Celtics, he had another veteran there in Gordon Hayward, but I mean, Gordon Hayward really never played.
But it wasn't
So I
his
mean,
team.
he
It wasn't his team.
I mean, you just described the Celtic
And
situation though. When he got to Boston, there was no veteran on that team. He was the veteran.
but then you can go look at the thing because Tatum is obviously on the team. Jalen Brown's obviously on the team.
Tatum
They know that
was
those
too
guys are going to be the superstars, though. Like that, the Celtics know, like, hey, you can come join, but Tatum's our guy,
but
whether
Tatum
he's a
is a
veteran or not. Tatum's
but
the
Tatum
guy.
was a rookie, and Jalen
Still, I
Brown
mean,
was in his second year.
but I mean, you drafted him for a reason, right? And they know he's going to be the guy. So it's like you can
But
technically still take a second. You can
you're
still take a
not.
back
That's
seat,
why they brought in Kyrie because they wanted a guy, and
and
they
he doesn't
wanted
like that
that
though.
guy. They wanted him to be the big guy. That's the exact reason why they brought him in. They didn't have a true point guard, and they wanted to bring in somebody with veteran experience to lead the young team and try and get them to come together as a team. They brought in Kyrie for that exact reason. The leadership and because he's a fucking great player. Like, don't get me wrong, like, dude's amazing. But they brought him in for that exact reason. They brought him in to be the guy and help the young guys. That's exactly what y'all are saying. It doesn't work. I was sitting in all y'all shoes saying, well, maybe it's not him, maybe it was just the situations. No, it's him. Like 100%.
Might also just be Boston.
True.
It would
I
you
still
could
think
say
it worked
that.
out.
You could say if it would just be Boston if it was just Boston. But it was the Cavs, Boston, the Nets, and now the Mavs.
We
Not
can
Boston.
understand the Nets. We can understand the Nets a little bit, right? You have to give them some leeway with there with KD and James Harden.
Not really. They
Like
all wanted to play together.
that's bound for failure, though.
They all wanted to play
Oh,
together.
but we can't just blame that on Kyrie, though. Is
Bro,
what I'm
he tried
saying.
to big dick
You're saying
Braun.
that Kyrie is the
He
one.
tried to
He
big
should.
dick Braun.
What I'm
Out
saying
of all
anyway
people.
is no big names on the San Antonio. He can come in. He can have his alpha male spot in skill. He can have his alpha male spot in being the guy.
Okay.
All that stuff. I think I still stand by what I said with Jason Tatum, knowing that he's the guy. He's gonna
But
be the
he was a
guy.
rookie.
I know that. It doesn't change the fact that he was going to be the guy, whether or not he was the guy when Kyrie came in. You come in, they know Jason Tatum is going to be the guy.
So whenever y'all draft Wemby this year and Kyrie comes in, what's going to be the difference?
Victor's not gonna be the guy.
Okay.
No,
Right.
no.
The most generational prospect
Yeah.
ever is not going to be the guy. Okay.
Nah.
I will say though,
Right.
look at what's
Or
happened.
Jacob doesn't get back down.
Look at what's happened after Kyrie has left though. Kyrie left the Cavs, they bounced back. Kyrie leaves the Nets. I mean, they've got somewhat of a team. The Celtics are good. But I guess we'll see what happens.
That's the nicest thing he's ever said about the Celtics.
I said they're good. Nothing.
Yeah, no. I know. That's what I'm saying. It's the nicest thing you've ever said about him.
Hey, it is what it is. I don't know. We'll see though with the Mavs. If he leaves,
I hope he does. That'd be hilarious.
that'd be interesting.
Nick, what do you think? We haven't heard from you talking in like 20 minutes.
It's because he wanted him in New York.
Yeah, I did, of course, initially, but now that he's kind of a cancer, I'm fine that he went to Brooklyn. Destroyed them, crosstown rivals. I don't mind that. And then,
That's
yeah,
exactly
dude,
what
I don't know. It's kind of same point Jacob said. Why would you get another ball dominant player when you have a ball dominant player in Luca? That was just stupid. And like you said, trading away like his good friends. I think not keeping Jalen Brunson because he literally said, I miss Jalen Brunson. Not keeping him, paying him. Just keeping that core because they went to the Western Conference Finals last year. Like that's a team that you continue to build around, not just destroy. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think Mark, he was just like he saw, another superstar. This is what Luca wants, but he didn't even think like, all right, dude, they're just completely the same type of player, so it didn't mesh. I think Kyrie's gone, and eventually, I think Luca's eventually gonna either request a trade or, they're just gonna trade him.
Yeah. I'm kind of with you on there. I really don't see Lucas staying there for very much longer.
I think you pair him up with another killer European down in Utah.
No. We'll go to New York. Big And you gotta go to big market.
Pick up San Antonio. Him and Wimby, unstoppable. That's when Wimby will be the guy. If Kyrie comes, then he won't be the guy. But
Okay.
Could pair back up with Brunson though.
That's what I'm saying.
He ain't built for New York, bro.
No, dude, he's not, bro.
tries.
He's kind of
Not built for New York.
for sure. He doesn't have great body language. You can. He pouts. That's not. He gets
That is
angry.
kind of New Yorkish though, and kind of Bostonish, and kind of San Antonio-ish.
Yo. Pouting?
Okay.
Pouting?
Mm-hmm.
How does San Antonio pout?
They just do.
Okay.
That was just a blind.
All
You
right.
just kind of just blindly shy without even knowing.
Just went, all right. Yep.
Yeah, I can understand. I can understand New York and Boston, but
The Boston media is arguably worse than New York media.
Yeah, because they're racist.
okay.
All right.
Lord have mercy.
Let's not. If we're gonna talk about that, let's
some of the-
not skip Utah.
Some of the
I mean,
people
Jesus.
there, yes. I don't think the media is the one that's racist, but okay. Whatever, man.
Anyway,
Jesus Christ.
hoping for a good
Alright,
playoff.
so, yeah, should be interesting. But yeah.
Good. No, good luck to the draft for you guys up top.
Thanks, bro.
I know neither of y'all are gonna go for the Celtics in the playoffs.
Hell no.
obviously, So yeah.
I'm just going for the. If we're still doing pick 'em, I'm just trying to win. So if that involves picking the Celtics, I'll do what I got to do. I'm not even that big of a Celtics hater. I just like giving you shit. I hated the Celtics back in the. I hated Paul Pierce. I hated
Valid.
those guys. I hated. Oh, it was really just Paul Pierce. I hated KG because of Paul Pierce. I guess.
Bro,
Maybe.
KG, how do you?
But I
hate
like KG now. I like
Dude,
KG. Now. I like Rajon Rondo. I like Ray Allen. I like those guys. It was just Paul
I
Pierce.
don't
I
like Ray
hated
Allen.
Paul Pierce, bro.
Dude, Paul Pierce is the most likable NBA player.
Not even remotely, but
I think
okay.
the Celtics are easily top 3 most easily hateable franchises in the NBA.
True.
It's the Celtics, Lakers, and
Probably Knicks, honestly.
And
probably
Knicks.
yeah, that's true.
Probably Knicks up there. But
Yeah,
we suck right now, so it's okay.
Hating comes with a lot of success, so I'll take that as a compliment.
Where are your
Thank you.
rings, buddy?
We have 17. Where are your
Not
rings?
recently, bruv.
Or was that like the 12 of them came when there was like what 6 teams in the
2008.
league?
They were all plumbers.
Yeah, I guess 2008 didn't happen.
Okay, one.
All right, and one of the best chances this year. You're talking like you have any kind of ground to stand on. Last time your team
Oh.
was in the fucking finals, Jordan wiped y'all's ass. So
Oh.
You weren't even alive for
you have-
fucking 90%
you-
of them.
you weren't either. Your team hasn't done a fucking thing since
Okay.
you've been alive.
1-0.
You can't talk. You can't talk. You want to talk about success? You're not the one to fucking say it.
And why
I
did
can
you
listen to
decide?
Kyle. I can listen to
Why
Kyle
did you
on this
decide to
because Kyle-
start rooting for the Celtics?
Because of Rajon Rondo.
Because they were
I
good.
love Rondo. No, I
Hmm.
started liking this because of Rondo. That was the first game that was nationally televised that I remember watching whenever I was a kid.
I'm sure.
It was Celtics and Lakers. And that was the first game I started watching, and I watched Rondo play once, and I liked him a lot. I still have his jersey from when I was like 10.
Like how
I
you
love
have
the
gassed
Celtics
it
ever since.
yourself.
No, I didn't gaslight myself. I didn't do that. You're fucking dumb.
This is what I think about that Golden.
Acting like I'm a bandwagon is the dumbest shit. If I was a bandwagon, I would have chosen a different team whenever they decided to suck from like 2013 to 2016. Like, I would have just hopped off the wagon. Go fuck yourself. How about that?
Moving on.
Jesus fuck.
Wait, how the hell?
Well, let's try
How
to
are you
figure
guys
it out.
getting close? I'm trying to figure it out still.
Nick with emoji.
I thought, isn't that it? I thought that's how you make the sounds,
Let's
bro.
say I will say the Spurs are going to end up with like the 3rd overall pick, and then we're just going to cut into a live feed at Kyle's, and we're just going to get one of these.
I'm be swinging around on my ceiling fan.
Okay.
How do you do
Well
that?
You gotta
Well
cut to
done.
me, and then you have to hurry up and cut real back.
Oh my
Let's take a
goodness.
live look at Kyle. Oh, never mind.
Get off it, get off it, get off it, get off it.
Go to commercial. Go to commercial. There he goes. He figured it out.
Figured it out.
All right, moving on.
What horn? What are you talking about?
Are you done?
Oh God.
Anyways, so last week we ended up making our picks for the pick'em. It was done in Discord and over other forms of communication. Because we did not have a podcast last week, we decided to just pick the rest of the games because it was the last week of the season. So Nick came in at fucking 6-0 last week, vaulting him in second place. Me and
Bitch.
Jacob both went 4-2, and Kyle went 3-3. So the
Just like the
standings
Spurs,
are as
baby.
follows. I am currently in first still. I'm 33-16 right now. Nick is in second, 31-18, only 2 games behind me. And Nick and Kyle, or not Nick, Jacob and Kyle are tied for third, I guess you could say, 29-20. So
Oh yeah.
this week, so the format is going to be a little different this week, since a couple of the matchups for the playoffs aren't set. Whenever all the matchups get set next week, we'll pick all the games. But since some of the matchups aren't set, I decided we're just going to pick the play-in games, like just the first game, uh, for each of the 4 playing. So we'll only have 4 picks this week. It'll both be Tuesday and Wednesday. So give your minds. You don't have to think about anything farther than Wednesday, and then you can use all that extra brain power to, uh, figure out the rest of the playoffs. So first game we got the Hawks taking on the Heat in Miami. I went with the Heat. Kyle, who you got?
Yeah, the Heat. The Hawks, they're a great team, but I've also heard rumblings here recently of a possibility of Trey being traded. I heard that the front office gave him a green light to listen to offers, stuff like this, see what they can get for him. So I think that maybe they'll kind of shake him up a little bit, but I'll go Miami and Miami.
I don't think Jimmy Butler is going to lose a playing game. They might not make it out of the first round, but they're not gonna. They're gonna get into the playoffs one way or another. He's gonna put that team on his back. Nick, who you got?
Give me Michael Jordan's long lost son, Jimmy Butler, in the Miami Heat. Because it's Jimmy Butler. He knows how to do it in the playoffs. I wouldn't even be surprised if they do get out of this first round and make a run. I really wouldn't.
Make a run to the
I
second
would.
round.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna beat the. I don't personally don't think they'll beat the Celtics or the Bucks
No.
or even the 76ers. I think the 76ers are that's somebody who can make a run in my opinion, but we can get
Especially
into
if
that
they
a
play
little
the
bit.
Celtics.
Oh, yeah, easy.
No.
I'll take Miami as well.
The East is really stacked, man. If you think about it, now I'm just thinking about it. You got
top
the
4 teams
Knicks.
are
You know, like a
stacked.
few years
And then
ago,
there's
the West was like the Wild West, man. It was a hard conference. And now it's like flipped. The West kind of
Flipped.
sucks and the East
It
is
still
better.
is the Wild West. You had
I know, but
you
it
had
was
8
good.
teams within 2 games of each other.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're
not
all
like
not that
that. But
great.
not like the West
The
was just
dominant
like
teams right
so much
now.
better.
in the top 4 teams record wise, 3 of them are in the East.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because they play all those bottom of the barrel East teams.
Like the Celtics.
What?
Okay, sure.
3-1.
Go with that.
Moving on.
Bragging about regular season wins. So the next game on Tuesday, we have the clusterfuck Timberwolves at the Lakers. This is the easiest game for me to pick as the Lakers. I mean, I have never seen a more dysfunctional team at this point in the season than the Timberwolves. If they even score 80 points, I'll be surprised.
Give me the Lakers as well.
LeBron.
I'm gonna
I'll
take the Lakers as well, Nick. But
Nice.
I would not be surprised if like it would be very Rudy Gobert for them to win the game without Rudy, and then they make it to the
That's
next
what I'm
round,
saying.
and then Rudy plays, and then they lose, and then I feel like that's very Rudy Gobert. He's always on the shit end of everything that happens, all the time.
Even though he
No,
started the fight.
I think they do have upside potential.
The Timberwolves,
Yes,
with or without Rudy.
either or. Like for the play-in.
Yeah, I mean, I think they are not a bad team. They ended up winning that game. They had one of their best young players, and McDaniels break his hand, can't play anymore, and they're, the guy they just traded their future away for, and still won. So
I mean, they still match up well. Because I mean, you have Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, Mike Conley, Kyle Anderson. I don't know if he got. I don't think he got suspended for receiving the punch, but
Like, can you
he
play?
could. He should be able to, I would think. And then, you still have as he said, Luke Garza. I think that was his name.
Luca, yeah,
I think they line up pretty well, but
and
I
Naz
still
Reid's
think Elliott-
good. I mean, the Timberwolves have a good roster, and then them getting Mike Conley helped them a ton.
I have a feeling AD is gonna like roll his ankle in the first quarter. He's gonna
Like
go
always.
out, and then LeBron. Yeah, and
Or
then but just LeBron won't have enough this time, and they lose. I feel like that's the only way they lose.
The Lakers have a team though. They did a very good job in acquiring pieces. Hachimura's good. D'Angelo Russell's been
Vanderbilt.
playing very well.
Mike Beasley.
Vanderbilt is streaky. Malik Beasley is streaky. So if they have good team or good games by those guys, they can easily win. But like I said, Vanderbilt, his biggest thing whenever he played with the Jazz is he would have one game where he has, 18 points, 12 rebounds, and like 4 blocks, and then the next game he has like 4 points, four turnovers, and can't play defense to save his life. And then Beasley can just light it up from 3. So I think Lakers should walk away with it, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Timberwolves do win.
I hope
It'll
the
be very
Timberwolves
Laker.
win, but the Timberwolves are just so damn dysfunctional right now. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So the next game we got up. This is on Wednesday. We got the Bulls at the Raptors. I took Toronto just strictly because they're the home team here, and the Bulls are still without Lonzo. So I really don't know how to look at this game. I mean, Van Vliet is still doing his thing, but
And meat.
I don't know. This is definitely not the Raptors team of past, and I mean the Bulls are just kind of. So I mean, I didn't really know how to pick this game, so I just went with the home team. I think Nick Nurse will find a way. So I took Toronto. What do you think, Nick? Who you got?
Dude, I don't know. I see here OG Anunoby and Fred Van Fleet are doubtful.
Jesus.
Otto
Oh.
Porter's out, and it also says Pau Siakam is out, but it just says rest for him, so maybe he comes back for this game. But
I mean, I think they're gonna play like this is playoffs.
Which seed are they fighting for? Is this one where if they win they get in, or if they lose they get bounced, or if they lose they play the next people?
if they win, they play the loser of the 7 or the.
Oh,
8,
so they got to
7,
win.
8.
They got to win.
They have to win.
Yeah,
This game's
this is
Pascal's
this
gonna play.
It's the 7 versus 8 game.
I'm going to go Chicago, man.
So if this is the 7 and the 8th game, then
No, it's 9. It's 9 and 10. It's 9 and 10.
Okay.
Bum ass. Got him.
The 7-8 game is the Heat and Hawks.
Oh,
Both 7-8 games
I
are
had it.
Wednesday, and both 10 and 9 games are Wednesday.
Gotcha. I had it backwards. I thought it was the 9 and 10 games were tomorrow.
You're a goofball.
Who do you have,
Okay,
Kyle?
we're all imperfect. Man, looking at the outs, I mean, like I said, Van Vliet's out. It says Pau Siakam. I can't say his first name. Is it
Pascal Siakam.
Pascal? I keep saying Pau or Pau. What's it again?
Pascal.
Pascal Siakam He says rest. But OG Anunoby's out too. I still want to lean the Raptors, kind of like how Colton said, kind of just solely because they're kind of in Toronto. And the Bulls, I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard much like anything about them this year season, so I'll take Toronto.
You don't think DeMar
I think
going
you're.
back to Toronto? You don't think he's gonna put on a show?
I honestly don't think DeMar is going to put on a show, but I'm still picking Chicago. I think the most entertaining about that game is going to be Patrick Beverly. Patrick Beverly, I mean,
Forgot about him.
yeah, in recent times he's had pretty good playoff performances when they need him.
Play-ins too.
Yeah.
Then last year with the
Yep.
play-in.
So he's kind of Mr. Play-in. You got Zach LaVine.
He can make.
Yeah, I mean the whole thing. Whenever Patrick Beverly got traded there, he told Zach LaVine, "Hey, dude, you're supposed to be him. Be him. Shoot, like play your game." And I mean, it hasn't. I can't say it's really hadn't led to them having great success, but I mean they're in the play-ins. They're playing a Toronto team that's not the Toronto team of the past. I'm taking Chicago. Easy.
Nice.
Chicago. And then OKC Pelicans.
I took the Pelicans. Pelicans have been rolling lately, fully healthy besides Zion, but he never plays anyway, so they're basically fully healthy.
They did lose recently.
Do what?
Pelicans did lose recently. Brandon Ingram
They
got
just
like a
lost to
triple double and they lost.
They lost to the Timberwolves.
I still think OKC just don't have the experience for the playoffs. Average age of their team is 22.3. Impressive that they made the plan. Pelicans at home. I think the Pelicans got it.
Kyle?
I think OKC is kind of just giving me the little tingle. I think they show
the
up.
tingle's back, baby.
I think they show up. I have faith in Shy, and they have all their role players kind of piecing together here and there. With Shy leading the way, I think they can get it done, and then get absolutely probably bounced in the first round. But I feel it. I'm going OKC.
Nice. Tingle is back, baby.
Not you, Nick.
It's always
what
led
type
me the
of
wrong
tingle
way.
you got, Nick?
Go first.
No, okay. I was actually tempted to go Thunder here, but I think Brandon Ingram is gonna go off, so I'm going Pelicans.
Wow. I had a tingle too, Kyle. Give me OKC, baby. I have a feeling, just like you.
So he's gonna win. So this is gonna prove that he should get most improved, or what?
Sure, yeah, sure.
Even though it is a regular season award.
All right.
This is technically still regular season, right?
This is considered playing.
That's just
Consider playoffs.
So, but it's not like playoffs, but it's not regular season.
Yeah, because it's play-ins. It could be its own thing, just like preseason.
I thought it was just part of
in between. It's in between, right?
It's postseason. It's just not playoffs.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
Knicks Cavs first game is Saturday at 5. You looking forward to it, Nick? Cleveland opened as 6-point
Yes.
favorites.
Cleveland's 6 point.
Cleveland is 6-point favorites.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it's going to go they're going to go down 2-0 in Cleveland, come back to New York, going to and then they're just going to win the rest of the games from there.
I take back
dude,
Cavs in 7, Cavs in 6.
If you go down 2-0 in Cleveland, Cleveland's a scrappy team, bro. I don't think you don't climb back from
New York
2-0. You
does.
got at least split.
New York does.
Okay.
All right.
What? Watch and see.
Celtics play 2:30. Like I said, we don't know the opponent yet. So
It's between,
Celtics and whoever they play in 4.
yeah, like who
Doesn't-
between who?
It doesn't matter who they play, they're gonna win in 4.
Flip it.
That's fine.
4? That's ballsy, homie.
Yeah.
You're not going to give the other
Four.
team a game?
No.
Flip it.
Not even any game?
No.
Who are the possibilities of you guys playing?
The Hawks or the Heat. We
I
might
can see
lose
the
one
Heat
if we play the Heat, we might lose one. Then it'd be
Yeah,
Celtics in 5.
I see.
They
Yeah,
lose
I
like
see.
game. They lose like game 3 and then finish it out in Boston.
You know how awesome it would be though if the Hawks play them, then my boy Quinn leads them to some like miracle run, and they beat the Celtics. Trey Young averages like 45 a game.
Dude.
DeJounte averages like 20.
Quinn coaches like he does in the playoffs, and they don't win a game.
Made what 3 conference finals?
And didn't they blow a 3-1 lead in those two, and then never made it to the finals?
You can only coach so much, buddy.
Oh, okay.
You got your own team to worry about right now, dog. Okay.
Little delayed.
I do have my own team to worry about, which
Yeah.
that's why I said Celtics in 4. Doesn't matter.
The team. I was one guys let you know we're not sponsored yet, but the team will led to a cold
Nice.
brew. Just being just landed like it just I don't know. Started tasting.
Isn't
I needed
that
one.
getting
Is that
boycotted right now?
Anheuser-Busch?
What you said? I didn't hear what
Is
Jacob said.
that Anheuser-Busch? You're gonna make a lot of people mad pulling that thing out.
Oh no. Stay away from that.
Yeah. Not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
Whoa.
10-foot what?
Y'all have never heard that saying before?
Yes, we have.
Okay.
Anyways.
Trying to make something out of nothing. So yeah, I mean, I guess we could ask y'all's opinion. So what do y'all think about the next series, Kyle and Jacob?
About the which series?
The Knicks Cavs.
Oh, I feel like I kind of already gave mine. Their Cavs are a scrappy team. They can put it together, and I don't think it's a sleeper. Like I don't think Knicks should be sleeping on the Cavs. I think,
That's why I
especially
gave
them
them
already
6.
being a higher seed.
So I gave them game 6.
Yeah, but if you say they go down 2-0, bro, I don't see y'all bouncing back from 2-0. So I think you got to split in Cleveland, and then you got to do your thing in MSG, which I think they can do. Just because, when's the last time you guys? Oh no, because they're not even in it. Yeah, I'm stupid. Just don't listen to me. But MSG is an electric atmosphere, I imagine. So split in Cleveland, you are good.
I don't see the Celtics losing that one. What the fuck am I saying? The Cavs. I don't see the Cavs losing that one.
I guess
Damn.
what we can.
I'm
we
not
can,
hating, but
We're gonna go pussies.
yeah, I'm not hating.
I'm going Knicks. I'm going Knicks for the series. I'm sorry I didn't clarify that.
Yeah.
Oh.
What we can do? We can do like all the matchups that are set. Give like a so and so in however many games. So we can start with the Knicks and the Cavs. So I'll write that down.
Cavs in 6. I mean, excuse me, Knicks in 6.
Oh.
I'm so confused now. I don't know who to pick.
Yeah, it's true.
Honestly, I might be a little different than everybody else here, but I'm going Cavs in 5. I think the Cavs. I think Nick nailed it. I think they're gonna lose both of them in Cleveland. Because Donovan Mitchell doesn't have to lead the team in scoring anymore. He had to with the Jazz, and then I bet you he's gonna have a hell of a game in New York. He's from New York. He's gonna ball out there. He's not going to. The Knicks will grab
RJ though.
Okay, buddy. Never say that ever again. I think they're gonna lose a scrappy game where I mean in typical I love Spider, but at the end of the day, he makes some boneheaded decisions at the end of games. I think it's gonna be a close game, could hit a big 3, gonna miss it, and then they'll go back to Cleveland and get the job done. So I'm thinking Cavs in 5. I don't even think that's like a crazy pick. I'm not.
I think in 5 it is.
I don't think it is. I don't think the Knicks are as complete as the Cavs are. That's just me. I think Jalen Brunson is a great player. I think Julius Randle can be a great player, but Julius Randle can also lose them a game. So can RJ. So can.
That's why we got Jalen.
I see the Knicks coming out on fire. Game 1. I see them taking game 1. Cavs maybe take the next 2, but I think the Knicks rally and
They could take one in Cleveland. I think they
I think
really
so.
could.
Absolutely.
I mean, Cleveland's not a powerhouse home court advantage. Let's be honest. The only
That's what
time
I'm
they ever
saying.
were, they had LeBron.
Yep.
But I don't know.
He's a different animal, man.
I don't know. I believe in my boy. And he's got a team around him. I mean, that Cavs team's solid. The Knicks are a good team, but I think Emmanuel Quickly's going to get locked up. Julius Randle's going to be negated by Jared Allen
And then that's where Jalen Brunson comes in.
and gets locked down by Donovan. He doesn't play much defense, but when he does, it's pretty good defense.
Yep.
We'll see.
I'm with you on those. All right, so the next series, so the Nets play the 76ers. I got 76ers in 5.
I'm
Same.
riding with you on that one.
Say Sixers in 6. I don't think the Nets are as bad as.
I think the Nets are going to win more games against the Sixers than the Knicks are going to win against the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yes.
Cleveland's a higher seed.
That's just disrespectful.
And a better team than the Nets.
I think the Nets are a better team than y'all are giving them credit for.
I think they're good too, but they
they're
gotta
good,
be able to piece it together. They have to be perfect every game, in my opinion.
They don't. They didn't have 2 players go off. Everybody else have a decent game. Well,
And then you gotta have somebody guard Joel Embiid
Nobody's,
and James Harden.
well, Embiid's gonna get his 40-50. That's gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Nobody's gonna keep him to 25 in the playoffs.
So who you gonna you're gonna take 2 of the Nets possible players to drop
Hey,
30, 40 each. You're gonna take Joel Embiid and James Harden
I'm taking the
to
Nets.
drop. I mean,
Sounds like y'all are hating, but watch.
I
believe in the
I'm not
Nets.
hitting the Nets at all. I believe in them too. I just don't think that they do it against the 76ers.
I've been a Nets believer since they traded since they dealt everybody, and I was telling you they got everybody that they can that's 6'9", has a long wingspan and can play defense and shoot the ball. And I'm gonna stand behind them and pick them.
So
But you went
take
76ers
series
in
in 6.
6.
Yeah.
Nets in 6.
Sixers in
Oh.
6.
I have them taking 2 games.
Nick, what you got?
All of that for them to lose the series.
See, that's just that's 2 games of Embiid getting 30 and someone going off on the Nets. Easy. Boom.
Nick, what'd you say you had?
Sixers in 5.
Interesting. Now this one I think is a little bit harder to pick. Warriors Kings. I think this is gonna go to 7, and I can't decide who it's gonna be.
I'll make it easy on you.
Warriors
7.
7. My man, my fucking man, bro.
The Kings just got unlucky that it happened to be the Warriors. I think anybody else in that bottom half of the West they could handle, but the Warriors, they seem to be kind of feeling themselves right now. Everybody's
fully
kind of
healthy.
back. I
Wiggins
think they
seemed to
give them
be
a run
back
for
too.
their money, but yeah, I don't see them. I don't see them lighting the beam 4 times.
Y'all believe in the Kings too much. Warriors in 5.
Dang.
Damn.
I'm borderline between 6 and 7, but I don't know if I'd say 5.
The Kings have not been playing good basketball recently.
That is true.
And the Warriors are, like you are saying, they're healthy. They're playing good. Curry's going to do Curry things. Clay, he hit 300 3-pointers.
He just has to show up 3 nights.
Yeah.
You have Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins are coming back. Draymond's going to Draymond. Kevin Looney just has to get out rebounds.
And the Warriors just won
That'd be okay.
yesterday by 56 and broke.
Well, they scored 55 in the first quarter.
Yeah, they
They
broke
were
the
playing
NBA
Portland,
record for
though.
them. That's true, but
Portland
they
is.
broke the NBA record for most points in the first quarter, like ever.
Yep.
So
I'm taking them in 5, baby.
yeah, Nick, what you got?
I'll do the Golden State in 6 or 7.
All right. Interesting. And then the last game we got Clippers versus Suns. Uh, this is
I think this one's the hardest one out of over
agree.
Warriors and
I got Suns in 6. KD's healthy. They got a Suns have a full roster now. Uh, I I don't know. I just think the Suns are gonna start rolling again.
yeah. I'm rocking with you. Suns in 6.
I'm leaning Suns in 5, but because I mean, is Paul George back? Because I know he
No,
had that.
he's not gonna be. I don't think he's gonna play this first round.
Then I might just go. I might just say Suns in 5. Then I don't think they have. I don't think the Clippers have the ability. I mean, well, they do have Russell Westbrook, and he tends to. He
He's gonna have one really good game. He's
And-
gonna have
and I
a
mean,
game that he
he's
leads them to victory,
Kawhi
and that could be
is
your
gonna-
5 right there.
Kawhi
Because
is gonna do crazy shit. I mean, Kawhi's gonna do Kawhi shit.
it's just gonna be Kawhi though.
Kawhi hasn't been doing a whole lot recently.
Russ is gonna have one good game. I'm telling you, if you want to go Clippers in 5, I understand because Russ is gonna have that one good game where Kawhi is just gonna do Kawhi things, and they're gonna be really good against the Suns. But then that may be the only time.
The Clippers have a decent team built around them.
Who?
I think the Clippers. I think. I mean, I don't think they'll roll over and just die. So I think I'm gonna take them in 6.
Clippers in 6.
No, Suns in 6. My bad. Suns in 6. I think they'll be able to win 2 games.
I don't think they will, but at the same
I think they
time, for the sake of the pick, I'm gonna go Suns in 6.
There you go.
I don't know. I just
So are we doing like an extra like point or something like that if we guess correctly the series number, or like how we?
Like let's do like half a point if we guess it right, like the team that won, and a full point if we guess it right on the games as well.
How about what we just once these play-ins are over, we consider boom this our original like record thing. Okay, that was it, and then we'll start up on our own point system.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
you
works
if
for
you
me.
Do a bracket.
yeah, it's basically
Yeah,
what
we
we're
can-
doing.
Yeah.
But if we
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
predict the correct series winner, you get a point. If you get it both correct, you get 3. Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Had
we
strokes
can,
when
we
listening
can
to you.
come up
We
with
can
this
figure it
later.
out later.
Yeah. I'm ready for the playoffs, so gonna be fun. Kind of switch gears a little bit. Cop, talk to us about UFC, man. Was it 287?
287, man. What a fight!
It was a great.
Just the main event was.
Dude, the whole main.
The whole card was great. The whole card was fantastic. I actually got to sit down and watch the early prelims, the prelims, all of the above. Prelims, the early prelims was really good. I don't know if everybody watched the early prelims.
The last
There was
fight
a fight, the last
on
one.
You know, of the prelims, not the early prelims.
like the ones that
With Gastelum and Chris Curtis.
Yeah,
Oh my!
That one was
God.
a possible fight of the night if the main event didn't happen. But yeah, the early prelims were really good. I saw there's one guy, it was Shailan Nerdembeki versus Steve Garcia, and it was one of those things I was telling my girlfriend about it. She was like, "Man, I've never really seen a guy like that ripped." And the Shailan was absolutely just like 0% body fat, probably. Just absolutely ripped. Steve Garcia was kind of like, if you saw him in a bar, he'd be like, "Oh, what's up, dude? Like, you're average. Like, I could probably take you." He just looked like an average Joe. And he delivered a kick straight to the liver and then followed up by an uppercut to the liver. And that folded Shailen faster than I've ever seen somebody get folded. He just fell in a fetal position straight to the ground. So that was my highlight of the early prelims. And then, as you guys mentioned in the prelims, Chris Curtis and Kevin Gastelum was a crazy fight. Just throwing haymakers. And like I've said it before when we're talking about some other UFC fights, there's nothing better than just seeing two professional fighters just throw hands.
Two grown, sweaty men just
Grown
throwing
men
hands in a
with no shirts
octagon.
on, just freaking throwing hands.
Just guys being dudes, man.
Guys being dudes, man. There's nothing better than I think than seeing just throw down. Man, man, I think they got it right with Kelvin Gastelum winning that.
I agree.
Like I said, nothing better than just watching two dudes throw at it. Starting off with the main card, you had the 18-year-old phenom Raul Rosas Jr. facing a more vet Christian Rodriguez. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of giving it to Raul Rosas a little bit. There to kind of start off with that first round, he looked really good, just all over him. What I see Colton laughing in the bottom, but just kind of wasn't letting Christian breathe. But Christian came out, before the in the pre-fight press conferences saying, "Look, this dude doesn't know what to do. He's young, inexperienced. I'm gonna show him what the UFC's about." And in the second and third round, he did really just that. Just kind of put him in his place.
He kind of sunned him, honestly. He just
Yeah.
It's like Rosas used all of what he had in the tank in round one, and then for the what it seemed like, it was just like he gave up almost. He was just letting Christian do whatever he wanted.
When Christian had him, I hate to talk about this now, saying the things I'm gonna say because I feel like everybody, Clayton especially, is just gonna start laughing, dude. Just had him on his back, right? Christian had his back, wasn't letting Raul Rosas up. And I mean, Rosas couldn't do anything but just sit there and just take it. He couldn't do much. So, sorry, viewers, for our childish.
Oh my god, I'm crying.
Moving on, yeah, Kevin Holland and Santiago Ponzinibbio. I'm pretty sure this one ended in a knockout. It was a weird little knockout too. It was kind of like a slap backhand, made him fall, and kind of just ground and pounded him from there.
I didn't even see it happen, honestly.
Yeah, it wasn't too exciting. It wasn't like, oh my god moment. Kevin wants to fight Jorge Masvidal left, who we'll get to in just a moment, but I think it'd be a good fight just because neither of them are really that great, but it'd be good for each of them. Going into the third fight, Rob Font and Adrian Yanez. I thought that was going to be a way better. I don't know where Colton just went.
I'm doing something.
Okay. I thought it was going to be a way better fight than it was. Rob Font is coming off of an orbital fracture that left him out a year and a half. I can't remember who exactly he was fighting right now. Now I remembered, but I can't remember now. But coming off an orbital fracture, I think he was out a year and a half. This is his first fight back against a good Adrian Yanez.
Destroyed him.
Lots of power and knocked him out in the first round. Super good fight by Font. So he'll have his chance coming up in that bantamweight. He's moving on up there. He's a 6th-ranked fighter. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets a championship fight here. After his next couple fights. Moving on to the co-main with Gilbert Burns and Jorge Masvidal. Gilbert Burns was really the only person in that welterweight division to kind of give Kamaru Usman a run for his money when Kamaru was kind of going through his title defense. He's one of the guys, and he said it even in his post-fight conference. He's one of the only guys in the UFC who will fight anybody just to fight him. He's not scared of losing that. I think he's like 3rd ranked, maybe, in the welterweight division, in the rankings. And he fought Jorge Masvidal, who's the 11th, right? So, I mean, a lot of risk and more so than reward. But dominated the entire fight. Jorge Masvidal's washed.
Yep.
Has been. Took him to three rounds. I was kind of hoping he'd knocked him out because I'm not a big Jorge Masvidal fan, but Gilbert won that in unanimous decision. And then going, like as you guys said, washed. Jacob said he retired after the fight after 20 years fighting professionally, 50-something plus fights, which is a heck of a career. But when you can tell me your guys' opinion if you guys been keeping up with it for that long, but he only got his stardom from when he knocked out Ben Askren in 5 seconds.
I agree.
That was his moment of fame.
And
never really amounted to much.
He did go toe to toe with Colby Covington. So I mean, I have to give him his roses for that. But I mean, outside of that, I mean, he was never going to be like a champion or anything. It wasn't he the one that created the fake belt?
BMF, yeah, the baddest motherfucker on the planet. Yeah.
Yeah, and he only created that because he would never get a legit shot. So.
Yeah. If he had won this fight, I mean, he had a chance. And they like to do ratings, right? The UFC, which I don't really care for too much, is all about the ratings more so than the actual fighters getting a chance that they deserve. So if he would have number 11 ranked Jorge Masvidal would have beat Gilbert Burns, the third ranked, then a possible matchup between him and like Kobe Covington, who already have bad blood, who actually I think Kobe Covington has a restraining order on Jorge Masvidal because Jorge Masvidal jumped him in the street and beat him to shit. So who knows if that fight could have even happened. But this was kind of his last run. If he beat Gilbert, then that was kind of his last run to glory. But couldn't get it done, so he retired. And then moving on to the main event, Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira 2. What were you guys' initial thoughts before the fight even started, right? So like when you're looking at the scorecards, you're looking at the past history. What were kind of your guys' thoughts of how the fight was going to go?
Personally, I didn't think Adesanya would lose. This would be the third time, I guess.
Fourth.
I didn't think he would let him lose because the last fight he had him beat all 4 rounds, and then he just happened to land a shot and get knocked out in the 5th round. So I think he was gonna win it. Like I thought he was gonna win it from the beginning, and I just didn't think he would like let himself lose this fight again. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was my initial thought.
Jacob? Colton?
Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, well, I mean, so going into it, I was seeing it like a Leon Edwards situation, where so he switched to UFC from kickboxing. So I figured, okay, he could take this camp to get a little more acclimated, become a better UFC fighter, right? Not just a kickboxer, but become an MMA guy. So I was obviously saw it as basically if Adesanya lost this one, he's now Pereira's son. But I figured Pereira was gonna win. I didn't think that it was gonna be as like basically word for word of what happened last fight. But instead of it being in the last 5 seconds when he landed that punch, it was like 2 minutes left or a minute left or 45 whatever it was. So there was time for him to hit him with the second or to get him down, because I think he did hit him with 2, but he was all wobbly. I don't know. I think he kind of played Pereira like a fiddle. But I had Pereira winning it, and Adesanya came out and dropped his ass. So, yeah.
Colton?
I didn't know much about this fight leading up to it, but obviously I knew that Adesanya had lost like the last 2 or 3 times that he had fought Pereira, and so kind of like what Nick said, I didn't think there was any way that Pereira was going to be able to do it one more time. I was talking to Jacob while he was watching the fight. I was like, yeah, I think Adesanya is going to win. And then like 5 minutes later, Adesanya knocked him out, and then mocked him. That shit was fun. Or not mocked him, mocked his like 6-year-old son. That was hilarious. I was laughing my ass off whenever he did that.
I would say not 6.
Yeah.
He's a little older. He's probably like
He's older now.
He's probably like
the
11.
kid when the kid did that, he was
Yeah.
6. That's right.
He was 6, yeah. Yeah. What a fight, man. Like you guys said, everything leading up to this, with losing twice to Pereira and kickboxing, and then him coming over and knocking you out in UFC and your kind of sport that you made a name for yourself in before he even got there. That's tough, man. And I think coming into a 4th fight, that's even harder to kind of, okay, dude, he's gotten me 3 times. But like you guys said in the first fight in kickboxing, a lot of people say that Adesanya should have won the fight. It went to decision. Second fight, he gets knocked out. Third fight, obviously, he dominates the crap out of him. He is probably up 3-1, 4-0 going into that 5th round, and then gets knocked out. And then coming into this fight, with the confidence you have to have, whether it be some people can put on a facade of fake confidence where you kind of have to be that confident, to whatever. That's not Adesanya. He seemed extremely confident, and I don't know if I could have been that confident, going into something like that after a guy just beat my ass 2 times in a row and knocked me out cold. But he said it, that he was going to finish him. He said one and done. He said he was finishing him early. He got him in the second round. Jacob actually called a second round TKO, but went for Pereira.
Called a second round KO.
Second round KO, whatever. I
I
called a third round. But he called a second round knockout by Pereira, and I called a third round knockout by Adesanya.
technically I didn't say
I was
Pereira,
right about who
but-
got knocked out. You did. You said Pereira was gonna knock him out in the second round. He got the round right. I got the fighter right. I am a huge fan of Israel Adesanya. As I was kind of speaking about, man, the mental fortitude that you have to be able to bounce back from that, is it's low-key inspirational, right? Like, that's tough. And he even said it after his post fight. If anybody, he wishes that anybody and everybody in the world could feel how he feels in that moment. Just the amount of joy, happiness, and whatever he was feeling in that moment is really cool. He mentioned that he played, like, as Jacob said, played him like a fiddle. He mentioned that he was kind of setting up that trap. In the end, I personally don't believe that part. Those leg kicks were fucking him up really bad when he was in that orthodox stance. He kept having to switch between orthodox and unorthodox, and he was just kept teeing off on each calf, no matter which stance he was in. So I think his legs were kind of starting to give out. I think I could see him playing him where he's on the fence. He's like, oh, I'm a little bit hurt, and then kind of waiting for that setup. But that is an extremely dangerous game with a fighter like Pereira. And he could have easily got knocked out. He landed big body shots. He landed one on the head. And I'm not gonna say it was luck on Adesanya's part, but I think he knew what he wanted to do, and it just kind of happened to happen at the right time, right?
I don't know. I somewhat disagree to an extent because with how similar it was to last fight, how can that be luck? I mean,
I'm saying, like, I'm not saying it's luck. So I knew, like, if you're talking about like the right hand, is that what you like, just
Well,
kind of hitting him with the
I
right
would
hand
say
or
just
leading up to that?
the whole like way he won the fight. It was so like eerily similar to that previous where he should have won the last fight.
Mhm.
It's I don't. I mean, I do believe in coincidences, but that close, I don't know. I feel like there had to have been at least something towards like they had at some point discussed, hey, this is kind of how it was happening that last fight. If you feel like he's overwhelming you a little bit, set that punch
Do it.
up. You know,
No, I understand it for sure, but like you're saying with the right hand, like he was tearing him up in every fight. He's tore him up with the right hand, the overhand right, and but then he's in your face, bro, right? Like he's just pounding away, body shots, head shots, kicking you, kneeing you, all this other stuff. Just to kind of, I think if you watch the fight, whenever he kind of taps him with his left hand, and I think that was kind of his key, his reference. He was like, "Oh, I know where he's at," and then I can come with, and then he came with the right. So I think that part was set up, but I think the fact that he was just able to kind of just to touch him and kind of realize where he was at, and then he put him out with a temple punch. So. And then probably one of the coldest celebrations in all of sports, standing over him, pulling the air on him. It's
Yeah.
hard.
and then
It's
doing
hard.
the fall.
I'm honestly, I love Adesanya. He's my favorite fighter. I'm against the fall. In my opinion, I've talked about it in other podcasts. I'd like to be more humble. Of course, that competitive passion comes out. I've said things I don't mean. I've said things that I shouldn't have said. I've done things that I shouldn't have done. But it's easy to say that as I'm sitting here watching it versus being in the moment. But it's a kid, man. Um, I don't know.
That's
It was funny.
why.
Don't get me wrong. It was funny as
Well,
shit,
that's why.
iconic. But I don't really. I wouldn't want to do that to myself.
I kind
Fair
of
enough.
I'm kind of flipped with you. I feel like if I'm a fighter and I just knock someone out, I can't say that I wouldn't taunt them
That's what I'm
to,
saying,
to
yeah.
their unconscious body. But I find that a little less classy than the fall with the kid.
Shooting him with the arrow thing?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, like obviously there was like uh some history behind it. I get it, but when you're comparing the two, I would say I think that I mean you already just fucking shit on him, you know.
Knocked
You
him out cold.
yeah, you're kind of adding
But
insult
it's
to
just
injury,
like you
but
said, though, that's Pereira's thing, right?
Right.
Every injury he comes out, he's a warrior, so he shoots the arrow because he's coming to kill you.
yeah,
I think one time would have been way better. I don't understand the 3, but he said that one arrow for each time that he lost. So, but and then at the same time, I'm not the biggest fan of celebrating and parading around like I am when you've lost 3 times, bro. Like you just knocked him out one time. I understand the feeling and like you're like finally because this was his
Super Bowl.
yeah, sure. If you want to put it that way, yeah, absolutely. This was his biggest fight of his career, and he will never have a bigger fight than this. This was his moment, and I understand that, but at the same time, it's like, dog, he's beat your ass 3 times, knocked you out twice, you've knocked him out once, and then they talked about, I want to know your guys' thoughts. Do you want to see a trilogy fight in the UFC?
I think it's bound to happen.
But is it next?
I don't
Should
think
that be the next fight?
I think it should be, but I don't think they're gonna do it.
Who else would he potentially fight?
So that's the thing with Adesanya. He's rolled through the entire middleweight division. He's beaten the top 5 ranked fighters already. You have Kazmat Chimaev, who wants to come up from welterweight and fight Adesanya. And that's the thing where I'm going to get into with the UFC and the rankings, or excuse me, the ratings. Islam Makhachev and Adesanya would make a crazy fight. That would get so much money, but he's moving up a division and skipping 6 people who potentially deserve another title shot. That's just not fair to me. I would rather see Robert Whitaker get back in there, or the Vittori or whoever to get back in there and at least get another shot. Because I mean, you gave Pereira a shot already, right? You gave Adesanya his shot back. So now it's these other guys who are fighting in the division. They're fighting for a belt. So you're just gonna let somebody else jump from another division up? But then you had Jan Blankovic, who Adesanya fought in the light heavyweight division for the belt and lost. And Jan tweeted at Adesanya and said, "Hey, let's run it again, but I'll come down to middleweight." That would be a great fight.
I agree.
But then you also have on Pereira's side, Adesanya came out and said it should be done. Let him move up to light heavyweight and let him fight Jan for the belt and middleweight. So I don't know. A lot of people were kind of like scared to ask. They were just like, "Hey, I'm just gonna let you have this moment. We don't really care about what's next. But we'll figure it out." But I think eventually we should see another one. But the same, like in Pereira's defense, you let Adesanya get his get back 5 months later.
Yeah.
Why not let Pereira get his get back again in a couple months and just see how it goes?
I think what they should do is just like that. Let them do their little 3-peat, and then because I know Adesanya mentioned in the interview with Duplessis, the guy from South Africa, about if he keeps winning, that fight could happen. So if they have their little rematch, their little whatever you want to call it, trifecta, Duplessis goes fight someone, that could be a fight. I don't know. But I will say
he's
Jan coming
he's
down
the
is
6th
sick.
ranked middleweight right now.
So it's possible.
Jan coming down would be is it Jan? Yeah, because right. What is Jan? Yeah, I guess he's the light heavyweight. Yeah, it would be really dope to see either one of those. But like I said, Adesanya is one of my favorite fighters. But as we've seen in his previous title defenses, he was very underperforming. I think he was just doing what he had to do to win the title back. And we've talked about that before, I think. I said it last time that Pereira was going to bring the dog out of him, and he did, but then he got knocked out in the 5th round. This one is where we really saw him dive deep into, as he said in his post-conference, his inner self and bring out that darkness, as he says. Can he keep that up? Can he keep that darkness out and continue this, or has he done enough where he's just like, I did it, I'm done, I'm tired. Now let's go back to coasting, or just doing what needs to be done to fight, which I don't think anybody wants to see. The UFC doesn't want to see. I want to see him with that animal. And by the way,
I want to see him with that darkness coming out again. 'Cause, I mean, that's a bad motherfucker right there.
yes, bro, he was so hard, dude. And then now, pause. Anyway, I told my girlfriend once before the fight started. I showed her the video of him in his in the press conference before the fight. He ripped out and started speaking Nigerian. He's never done that before. I told her, I said, it's over. He's knocking him out. That was crazy. Anyway, yep. Let us know what you guys think about UFC 287. We have a great matchup next weekend in UFC Fight Night with Max Holloway. I can't think of the guy's name right now. Give me 1 second. Versus Allen. It's not loading on my screen, but Holloway versus Allen. So that'll be a great fight. Max Holloway is a fantastic fighter. I kind of wish he would have gotten a pay-per-view spot, but I'll definitely be tuning in to Fight Night next weekend.
Arnold Allen is 19-1.
Yeah. It's going to be a great fight, dude.
Oh, yeah. Excited for it. Hopefully I get to watch a little bit of it. Don't think I have to have a whole lot going on next weekend, so hopefully I can get to watch a little. Yeah, thanks, Kyle. You always go super in-depth with the UFC, and I think it helps everybody out there. Love listening to you talk about it, so thank you for that.
Love watching two grown men in underwear just duking
go
it
halfway
out.
making it, just duking it out, dude.
Just go ham on each other.
Nothing better. Okay.
Oh, I gotta talk. We gotta start doing this. Whew, I was crying earlier. That was it. You had me going. But
Whoa.
wait. So yeah, get into a little college baseball now. So before we talk about our teams, I can go super in depth for both of mine. So before we even start, Jacob and Nick, y'all take it away for Texas, and I'll hit on any points that y'all miss. Y'all go ahead. How's Texas been looking in the last 2 weeks?
After Jacob.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, they're like what? They lost like 3 or 4 in the past like 7 games. I will say
4-3 overall the last 2 weeks.
Like I said, I was right there.
Close.
I think the biggest thing though, I'm a big what's the word I'm looking for? I like whenever you win kind of rivalry matchups. So UT sweeping Tech was awesome because a lot of my family's Red Raiders. I know that was probably spoke about this last podcast, but
we did. It's okay.
It's all good.
It's still kind of cool to I think again 2 of those big matchups were Big 12 in the past 2 weeks, but that Tech series was I'll sit on that for a little while.
Oh yeah.
Get to kind of talk some shit to some family.
And we got you and me are in the same. We're in the same boat on that.
Yeah.
Like half my family went to Tech, so it's anytime we can beat them, it's always just like
Yeah, it's funny. And then also you just got I'd say there's a lot of Tech graduates in the Austin area, whether they want to admit it or not. So whenever I'm working on the weekends, a lot of the parents and the coaches and stuff are Tech guys. So I kind of have some sort of relationship with them. And so being able to go out there and kind of shoot the shit with them. And it was a fun thing. But again, other than I guess because Air Force is usually pretty good, but if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep, they were good last year. They made the Austin Regional. Shout out Paul Skeens.
Gotcha. But yeah, that's really all I got. I mean, nothing crazy. So,
Nick, you got anything?
No, but I want to point out that we beat Texas State today.
5-2.
Take that, Con.
Trash.
Very nice. It kind of is kind of sad that I don't even talk about them.
it
Gotta
is
do
what
what
it
you
I'm
gotta
just
do.
saying, even I am a goer of school
Bottle
here.
cap.
So
Oh,
eat 'em
man.
up, cats.
Cats are hot, baby. But yeah, I'll kind of go a little bit more in depth on Texas now. Thank y'all for. Oh,
Damn.
sorry, I didn't.
I couldn't even hear him.
He's too far away from his mic. I can't hear him.
Oh, you can't hear me? My fault. My bad. I don't have my
But
earphones in.
when you step 10 feet away, it's a little bit harder to hear you.
I was just saying, like, oh, we got like Baylor coming up and OU, like some hard series that we need to really lock in. I don't think we're ranked anymore. So we
We're ranked
are
18th.
okay to stay ranked. So yeah.
Yeah, we actually moved up in the rankings.
Yeah, idiot.
Stupid. You're a Washington fan anyway.
I know.
And a
Mr.
Yankees
Husky.
fan.
Yeah.
Blank.
But yeah, so now I'll go a little bit more in depth. So, they went on the road last weekend to Oklahoma State and won the Friday game, thankfully. Um, Won the Friday game. Saturday the game didn't look all that great, lost it, and then Sunday had a 3-2 lead going into the ninth inning. The top of the ninth, Texas got the bases loaded with no outs, looking for some insurance runs, and then strikeout, double play. Not ideal. Didn't get an insurance run. They took out the pitcher who had been rolling the last inning, only threw like 10 or 11 pitches, had an easy 3 up, 3 down inning. Took him out, put the guy who used to be the Sunday starter, they put him back in the bullpen. They put him in, and he blows the lead, and they lose 4-3 on Sunday. So uh, they lost 2 of 3 to Oklahoma State, which is unfortunate. Oklahoma State is ranked 18th, but that was a series that they had a chance to win, and it was right there. And that's the youth of this team showing right there, is not being able to hold a late lead on the road in a big rubber match. They did beat Air Force at home, which shout out Air Force. They always they always play great, or not they always play great, but they them and UT have a really good relationship after the regional last year. Like, the two fan bases love each other. Like, I think it's probably going to be a yearly thing where Air Force comes down and plays a non-conference game. It's always cool. Air Force always stands for the eyes of Texas after the game. After the game, instead of one team just shaking hands with each other, Air Force and Texas both went out there and shook hands with each other and told like everybody, so thank you for your service, stuff like that. It's a really cool atmosphere, and I hope they continue to do it yearly, because it was damn near a sellout, and it was a rainy Tuesday afternoon. Like, the game started at 4 instead of like the usual like 6:30, and there was still like 7,000 people there. So it's a really cool thing that whenever Air Force comes to town. So hope they continue to do it. But moving on to the weekend, played Kansas State at home, won 2 or 3. I mean, you know, kind of got not screwed over, but like another one of those games where the youth was showing on Saturday. Lost 6-5. Just kind of how it goes. They're still first in the Big 12 overall. Moved up to number 19. If you would have told me that after the Cal State Fullerton series, then I would have laughed in your face and said, "There's no way." But they're exceeding expectations right now, and it's been fun to watch. And like Nick said, they did beat Texas State tonight, 5-2. Texas State had another sold out game. It's pretty much what happens whenever Texas comes to town. Stadiums get sold out. So yeah, it was a good game. It was 5-0. 5-0 all the way into the 8th inning. Texas State got 2 back. Then they had a guy. They ended up getting a base runner in the ninth, and it's looking a little worrisome there for a minute, but they got it done. But yeah,
It's okay, because we always bounce back at UT.
yeah, got a game tomorrow. This coming weekend they have Baylor. Baylor has been really shit this year, but they're going on the road to Baylor, so anything can happen. Yeah. You want to talk about A&M, or you want me to keep going?
No, go ahead, man. Go with your
All right.
second.
Go talk about LSU now. So
Or his
I got to go
bandwagon
to
team.
Okay, man. So LSU played Tennessee 2 weekends ago. I got to go to two of those games. Uh, the atmosphere was electric. The Friday, or it was a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series. The Thursday game broke the attendance record at LSU. There was over 13,000 people at that game. I
Damn.
mean, for a college baseball game at that, it was loud. Like there was a shit ton of people there, and it was really cool. And then the next day on Friday, I went to that one too. 12,000 people were there, so like 25,000 people in 2 days, man. That's a lot for a college baseball game. The Thursday game was awesome. It was Skeens versus Dolander, two of the top arms right now. I mean, it didn't disappoint. Skeens was going crazy. Dolander was going crazy. I mean, it was a real pitcher's duel. LSU ended up taking 2 of 3, which I mean, SEC West Series, you take 2 or 3. Well, Tennessee's in the East, but playing in the West, you know how it is, Kyle. The SEC is a damn gauntlet right now, and taking 2 or 3
Not if you're playing
every.
us.
Well, I mean, y'all won one game against LSU too. I mean, it's a gauntlet for everybody, man. Anybody can be good. I mean, so yeah, won 2 or 3 against Tennessee, and then they run ruled Nicholls State on Tuesday, and then this last weekend, they went to South Carolina. It was going to be a Thursday, Friday, Saturday game. Rain and all that kind of came in, so Skeens kind of got roughed up on Friday, which was kind of surprising. Um, South Carolina might be the real deal this year, man. They're looking really damn good. Saturday was down 7-3 going into the eighth inning. Dugas hits a grand slam, ties the game, top the ninth, take the lead, end up winning the game 8-7. It's a hell of a comeback. It really showed what this team's made of. They didn't give up no matter how many runs they were down. And then game three got canceled, actually, due to the weather. So didn't get to play the full 3 game series, tied 1-1. So 4-2 overall the last 2 weeks, 26-5 overall, 7-4 in conference, which is good for second in the SEC West, and they are still the only team to be ranked number 1 this year. So they looking pretty good. They got I think tomorrow they go to Tulane, and then they have a home game series. They have a 3 game home series versus Kentucky, so should be a sweep this weekend. Skeens is going to dominate on Thursday. So yeah, how's A&M looking?
Not great. Just kidding. We're starting to kind of pick it up a little bit. It feels like we're now 20-12 on the season and 5-7 in the SEC. If you tuned into our last podcast, I believe we were 1-6 in conference last time. So went on the road, I believe it was, and we took out Ole Miss, won the series 2-1. Don't think we should have dropped that game, but we'll take a series win. As Colton mentioned, in an SEC like this, even though an Ole Miss team that is not very good this year
Defending
at all,
champs.
defending champs. Went on the we had Texas State come to town. We beat Texas State also, so they're a decent Texas State team, right? They're not as good as they were last year. For those of you that keep up with college baseball, they were extremely good, made it to the Stanford Regional. Just a pitch or two away from beating Stanford in the Stanford Regional to move on. So to go to the super, or what's it, the Super Regional? No, it was the regional, right? Colton, do you remember?
It was a Stanford regional, and honestly, they got a really shitty draw. They should have went somewhere else, but
Yeah, we should have hosted.
yeah, that's what
We're
it
supposed
was.
to
Y'all should have
host.
hosted, and then y'all ended up going to Stanford, which was like the number 2 ranked team or some
Yeah,
shit.
and gave them a run for their money too.
Yeah, because Stivers was so good.
Shout out Stivers, a closer who ended up pitching, I think eight started the game and pitched 8 innings as a
Yeah,
closer
like
and dominated. So
that was one of the craziest games I think I've ever watched.
definitely shout out to him. So like I said, we took down Texas State in a midweek game. And then we went to Auburn and won the series against Auburn 2-1 as well. Kind of that same thing with that one game, kind of some, just some mishaps on our part, that we gave the game away to them. So, like I said, we were 1-6 to start since last podcast, and now we're 5-7. Lost 1-5, lost 1. So trending in the right direction. Got UTSA coming up tomorrow. Should be a win. And then we got a mediocre Missouri team this weekend who is kind of they're on par with us. I think they're like 4-6, I think, or something like that, 5-6, somewhere around there, and SEC play, and 20-12, I think, as well, actually. So just hoping to kind of stay hot, hoping for a sweep, but we'll take another series win if we can get one.
Yeah, that's the name of the game right now is just take the series. You ain't got to sweep, but y'all definitely turned it around. Earlier in the season, I thought it was going to be a little rough. But,
Yeah, it was not looking good.
Yeah, at all. Nah, they turned it around, man. I mean, Ole Miss may not be the Ole Miss of last year, but that's still the defending champs, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, should be a good week of baseball. Who'd you say y'all got tomorrow?
UTSA.
Oh, nice. That should be an easy win.
It should be.
For UTSA.
Okay, buddy.
We got a former UT or a former Roadrunner, I should say.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah, dude.
man.
Yeah, is it?
Your alma mater.
For a year.
Nice. Very nice.
Hell yeah. Birds up, baby.
Is
Yeah.
that really what it is?
Yeah, birds up.
This
Oh,
or
God.
yeah.
Birds down, bitch.
Got
My
him.
mind immediately went to that. Like, I went like that, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Hater.
Sorry, happens.
It's all good. Yeah, keep it going on the little baseball talk. Nick,
Yes, please.
How are the
Nick.
Yankees looking, man? I need to hear about the Yankees.
They're 6-4. It's still early in the season, people they're still figuring out the lineups, pitching lineups, things like that. I'm sure. That's what I would be doing.
I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Oh, so, it's still pretty early. So, yeah.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts on this 6-4 season? So, I mean, who's performing? Who's underperforming?
I mean, Aaron Judge performs.
Okay, yeah, very nice. The only name you probably know on the team.
No, man.
hating
Like,
ass guys right here.
there's like
He's typing it up right now.
you can
Yankees 2023
Yankees roster.
No. Okay, but like, realistically, I watched one inning of baseball.
Yeah,
Okay, nice.
It was
progress, baby, progress.
I think it was Yankees and Cleveland. I think in New York and Cleveland. I watched like an
Okay.
inning. It wasn't bad. I don't know who Aaron Judge wasn't at bat. I know the Yankees were at bat. Aaron Judge wasn't at bat, so I didn't see him at all. But the other dudes were, and they got some hits. They had no runs, which is unfortunate, but it happens. They score every inning.
So here's a question that might help you a little bit. I know you've only watched one inning, but as a casual baseball fan, what do you think of the pitch clock? Is like baseball like more enjoyable now because the game's sped up a little bit? Like, what do you think?
Personally, yeah. I mean, I guess like the only other time I've watched baseball would be like the World Series. Like I actually sat down and watched it. So if they would take longer than 20 seconds between pitches in the World Series, then yeah. Because like I don't know. I guess like it didn't feel like they were moving too quick or moving too slow in my opinion. I don't know. Again, I've just started really watching it. But I think it's good, that way they just don't linger. And I just have a short attention span. I need I need them to be going. So it was cool. I liked it. I know
Nice.
it has some mixed reviews, which
It does for sure.
I've seen a lot of good feedback though.
Yep. We'll get
Absolutely.
into that a little bit. Thanks, Nick. I'm glad we got you to watch an inning of baseball. I feel accomplished.
I'm honest. I'm not probably gonna watch any regular season game, but come playoffs, I'll probably watch like playoffs. So
Hell yeah.
What if the Yankees don't make it?
Beautiful.
I'll
Ooh.
still watch.
Oh, wait a minute.
Because like it's actually it's interesting because dude, like I just want to like imagine seeing a bomb get hit. You know what I mean? Like a fucking homer,
A nuke.
a nuke, man. That'd be sick. So yeah, I'll be watching playoffs for sure. Or maybe the All-Star game. I don't know. I'm not gonna watch regular season because it's hard. You guys, it's honestly really hard to get the games like you guys were talking about.
Yeah. It's dumb.
Not that
It-
hard if you know where you're looking.
Well, yeah, you know.
Okay.
It's actually a lot harder because the main places don't do them anymore. They got taken down. So it's actually pretty hard to find a site.
Damn. How about Jacob? Since he's a
Yeah,
fellow
Jacob.
Cavs.
We'll let Jacob talk about the Rangers a little bit before I get into it.
The main thing I've got to say is, where are the Astros at? Because I think there's only one team right now that's at the top looking down. Where's the Astros at, huh?
It's actually two, stupid. The Angels are tied with y'all.
Not
Ooh.
after
No.
tonight.
Just beat the Royals. Stupid.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, Angels haven't even played tonight. The Angels haven't even
Yes.
played tonight, have they?
Yeah, but we're half a game ahead now.
Technically, we're up.
Are they winning?
No, they're losing 5-4.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, stupid. Yeah.
Ooh.
6-4.
All I gotta
5-4.
say.
Sure, Kyle.
It is 6-4 now. They just won.
I haven't seen suicidal Rangers fans on any social media app, so I feel like that's somewhat of a success to a beginning of a season for a team.
It's definitely an improvement.
Very much so. Yeah, I mean, the Rangers are not god awful, it seems. So,
Exciting
Wow.
times.
yeah, again,
7 games into the season.
10 games actually.
10 games.
but where's the Astros at?
Hey, we're all in the same division or
We're
league.
looking at our
Yeah, we're
2
all
World
in the
Series
AL.
championships.
That's cool.
One
What?
with an asterisk.
Can you buzz what I gotta say back
One
to
real
you?
one.
Buzz me.
Yeah. 2 World Series championships.
I'm
To your
getting one
fucking
and then
0
one
in the
with
last
a
decade.
one with an asterisk next to it. The Houston Asterisks is what I'm being
Okay.
told.
We've won the division every single year.
Wait.
Congratulations.
My neighbor's
You
tapping the
cheated.
ceiling for my answer. Okay. Now I'm prepared.
It's all good, dude. It's a long season.
Yeah.
I ain't worried about your fucking Rangers.
They basically just won the World Series now.
Yeah.
This
I
is the
would say
World
that too,
Series.
yeah. Absolutely, yeah. You have a winning record.
Yeah, we do. This is something to yeah, thank you. This has been legitimately the worst 500 game stretch in franchise history. Yeah. Yeah. It's been really fucking rough. So yeah. I mean it's just giving you shit, man. It's okay.
Okay, dude. It's a long season. 162 games and we're 10 down.
Yeah.
152
I
games
know.
more to put y'all below 500. It's okay.
Congratulations,
okay.
man.
It's
You feel does this make you feel
okay.
powerful?
Bold
Not
prediction.
at all.
Bold prediction.
Yeah, it does.
Astros are not going to finish above 500.
Okay.
I love just talking.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Nice.
So are the Rangers like projected to be like a wild card team?
There's projected to miss the wild card, but still be above 500.
Dude, what if they play in the wild card and they have to play like the Astros because they get like a top seed or something?
Then I feel bad for them.
They can't play the Astros unless somebody other than the Astros or the Rangers win the division.
Oh,
Which is
man.
possible.
If
'Cause
they
they're all in
play
the
in the
same
wild,
division.
if they play in the wild card. Now, if Houston wins the division, which they most likely will, and the Rangers make the wild card, if somehow it works out to where the Rangers win the wild card and the Astros are the 1 seed, then the Rangers would play the Astros.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But
Like,
okay, yeah, but they can't play. I mean, unless like the Angels or somebody wins or the Mariners win the AL West, they can't play in the wild card. But they can play in the playoffs. You're right. Yeah, I guess I can go on my soapbox about the Rangers a little bit. So, opening day was last Thursday, or 2 weeks ago, I should say. They swept the defending runner-up Phillies at home. the first two games, they scored 27 runs. Definitely did not see that coming. So whenever the Rangers were 3-0, they took sole possession of the AL West. So they were in first place. Nobody else was tied with them in the AL West for the first time since the end of 2016. It's been a long fucking time since the Rangers were in sole possession of first place in this division. Granted, 3 games in, they were saying, they were saying, I don't know, it's just what I heard, that the Rangers were never going to lose again after that series.
Yep.
But
And
all undefeated seasons have to come to an end unless you're the Rays and you're 10-0 and won every game by more than four runs. They went and played. They played the Orioles, lost 2 out of 3 to them. They went on the road, played the Cubs, lost 2 out of 3 to them. So 5-4 overall before tonight. They beat the known powerhouse Kansas City Royals tonight, 11-2. So now that puts them at 6-4. And hey, 10 games in, we're above 500. That's a win, man. That is a fucking win. So they got this 3-game. Yeah, they got this 3-game series this week versus the Royals. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Off on Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We go to Houston. So I'm excited for this weekend, man. I'm excited.
Takes the series.
Is that even a
Rangers win
question?
1.
Rangers.
Rangers 3-0, baby. We may never
Rangers
lose
2-1.
again.
Sweet.
I'm calling right now. Though. We're not
So-
playing good.
It's gonna be 3, 4, 5 starting though. Like it's not gonna be 1 or 2. So that'll be interesting to see. DeGrom kind of had a rough first outing. He kind of got baseballed. He had 2 triples hit off of him. They were little dinky hits that barely made it over the infield and then bounced off stuff. So his first Ranger start, he gave up 5 or 6 runs, just like everybody
Damn.
suspected he would. Yeah, like it was not good. And then he came back last week against the Orioles and threw a 6 innings, 12 strikeouts, 1 earned run. Like that was the DeGrom we paid 185 million for, and he showed out. I mean, his 95th pitch, because he's still on a pitch count. I think it was his 95th pitch. It's a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. I mean, good lord, man. It's a 6th inning, throwing 95. You're throwing it 95 times, and you're still hitting almost 100. That's the DeGrom we're looking for. So yeah, I'm excited, man. This rotation, Andrew Heaney had a really bad first game. Granted, he played the Royals tonight, but he tied the AL record for 9 consecutive strikeouts tonight. 9 batters, 9 strikeouts. I mean, doesn't matter who you are, that's impressive. So, maybe he found it a little bit when the 5th guy in the rotation can do that. We may fuck around and get a wild card spot, man. I'm excited. Oh, shout out my cousin. He went to the game tonight. Bought a powder blue jersey. Adolis hit a fucking grand slam that he almost hit to them. So yeah, that was it was good. It's been good, man. I thoroughly. I'm not gonna say I thoroughly enjoy watching the Rangers right now, but it's been a hell of a lot better than it has been in recent years.
Oh, yeah.
We have that horrible 4-letter word now. Have hope. So, yeah. All right. How about the Astros, Kyle?
As you guys have kind of not let me hear it, so we're currently 3rd in the AL West to the Rangers and the Angels. Let me try to see here. Yep, Rangers are in sole possession again of first place in AL West. The 6-4. Angels are 5-4. Probably going to be 5-5 after this game if they don't pull it out. And the Astros are 5-6. Mariners are kind of a little bit surprising me, right? 4-7. Kind of off to a slow start too. And the Athletics are the Athletics 2-8. But yeah, man, opening day, a very exciting day for us baseball fans. Unless you were the Astros, we lost for the first time on opening day in 10. I can't remember if it's 10 or 11 years. We haven't lost opening day in 10 or 11 years, and that was even when we were bad, right?
Yeah, I
We
was
were
gonna say,
those are
like,
trash years.
that includes like the 110 lost seasons, and you still
Mhm.
won opening day. That's
Still one
wild.
opening day. We played the White Sox. We split with them to open up the year 2-2, and then we lost 2 of the 3 to the Tigers. The Tigers.
That is brutal.
They didn't have a win before they played us, and they beat us twice. Pitching, man, has been just god awful. We opened up last podcast with baseball, or we talked about baseball, and I mentioned the Astros having a top 5 rotation in baseball. I didn't knock on wood, apparently. Good enough. They're just dog shit right now.
Well, early. It's a long
Brown,
season.
it is long season. Like as I've been saying, yeah, we got 152 more games. Hunter Brown came out against the Tigers in the last game, dominated, looked great.
That's the last thing I wanted to hear. The
Yep.
guy that Verlander leaves. It's like, oh yeah, maybe this next guy coming up,
We'll just replace him.
maybe we'll be all right.
Yep.
Playing them in the next couple years, and then this fucking stud comes out and just
Yeah, he was looking really good. So, had an opening series right now with the Pirates. Opened up today with an 8-2 win. Just as bad as the pitching has been, the offense has been just as bad. We currently lead the league in strikeouts offensively. I mean, guys are getting 3-4 a game just for one person.
Damn.
Just
That's
not
not
doing
good.
very well. One thing I like to point out: we lost 2-3 of the Twins. Excuse me, to them too.
Hey, the
So
Twins
we
started
lost.
out hot, man.
They did. Lost 2-3 to the Tigers. Lost 2-3 to the Twins. Currently sit at 4-6. Just the inconsistency has been really bad. We'll win one, like I said, and then we'll lose 2 in a row. Win one, lose 2 in a row. Just can't kind of string it together right now. As much of it as I want to blame on Altuve's hurt. Altuve, he's the glue, whatever you want to say. Mauricio Dubon has stepped in and played second base phenomenally. He's batting like 360 right now, and that's a guy that I didn't even want to see touch the field from last season. So he's putting it on his back. He's doing well. I'm happy for that. Hopefully, when Altuve gets back, we can kind of get some more gelling. Michael Brantley is going to come back soon. Yordan Alvarez is currently tied. I don't know about today, but I know yesterday he was tied for or had the lead in most RBIs in the MLB. So that's always nice to see. Just got to kind of string it all together.
He's so fucking good, man.
So good. So I'm hoping for an AL MVP season. He can kind of start picking it up a little bit and just getting back to the old Yordan. Chaz McCormick did not start the year starting. Definitely, in my opinion, earned a spot from last postseason. Did very well in the postseason, and they gave it to Jake Myers. Very questionable from Dusty, in my opinion. But when Chaz gets his chance, he's done great. Phenomenal. So there's no reason why he shouldn't be in our lineup from this point forward. Forget Jake Myers, trade him. I don't want to see Yanier Diaz in the lineup anymore. He's a kind of back and forth between AAA and MLB. He's not. It doesn't seem like he's ready yet. He's swinging at everything. Just can't buy a hit. Honestly, couldn't hit water falling out of a boat. Corey Jolks in the DH position is doing fantastic. Right, rookie. I want to say he's from Houston. Done very well, batting like 300. I want to say. But his spot's also taken when Brantley comes back. You can flip-flop Brantley, Yordan, DH, left field. When they need a rest day, sure, throw Jokes in there, whatever you need to do. Martin Maldonado's playing well. Corey Lee in our AAA system is doing very well. Phenomenal, actually, but when he comes to the MLB, he's kind of been rocky. So I'd like to see him kind of get more opportunities rather than Yanier Diaz. But as we've said, man, 152 more games to go. It's a long stretch. So,
oh yeah.
Even though we started out slow, and I did see a stat for the past, I want to say since 2017, the first 10 to 15 games, we've always had a losing record every single year. And then we turn it up. So
yeah,
I'm ready for us. It just sucks to see. I'm used to winning. I'm accustomed to that. And I hate to see us lose. So I'm ready for us to start picking it back up and get going, so we can reclaim our crown as the AL West champs.
Yeah.
But for now, who
I
has
mean-
that crown currently?
The Texas Rangers. I'm not afraid to say it. Texas Rangers.
Well, if I'm in your position, I'm not worried at all.
I
They
can't
can
wait to
sit
see the
there.
banner in Globe Life just say sole possession of first place after 10 games.
Oh,
I'm gonna put one right back here.
I've already made
Yeah.
it. Like it's coming in like tomorrow because it's not gonna last very long.
Yep.
But yeah, it's been an interesting season to say the least. I definitely didn't see y'all starting out this bad, especially against playing the Tigers and the White Sox. To start it out, but hey, that's baseball, man. Sometimes it's a cruel bitch, but shit happens. I'm not worried about y'all finding y'all's groove. I just hope it's not this weekend. Just hope it's just let it like one or two more series, and then y'all can find it. Just
The good news though for y'all is looks like your Greinke curse. Or no, you always smashed
we
Greinke, right?
smack Greinke around.
Okay, that's right. Well, he
every
was.
time.
Yeah, I thought it was, I got it opposite. Well, y'all got him tonight, and
Verlander shuts us down, but
that's why y'all scored 11 because of they
Yeah.
had Greinke pitching for the
dude,
Royals.
I don't know what it was, that like 60-win Rangers team that lost 102 games faced Greinke like 3 times. Every time scored like 15 runs. It didn't make any sense. Like there's a dude that's playing in Japan right now that went like 3 for 4 with 2 home runs and like 4 RBIs against Greinke. Like the dude's not even in the MLB anymore.
I think I get it out of Greinke, to be honest with you. He doesn't seem that hard.
His antics are like the best. Like he's so
Yeah.
funny.
Calls off his own pitches
Yeah.
with the pitch call.
But
To your point though, when you asked Nick, I was kind of adamant about the pitch clock. I didn't care for it.
me too.
I kind of have changed my mind. The pace of play is definitely increased. Not as fast as I thought it would be. You still kind of see those things. Like I said, I was an offensive guy, right? I never played. I wasn't the greatest at defense. I could hit. I had my routine to go through. I don't want to have to look at the pitcher until I am actually ready to hit. Whether he's on the mound or not. Of course, if he's on the mound, you just kind of get accustomed to it, and you have to kind of change the way you do things, maybe do it faster. I like to take my time. I still don't like that aspect of it. I still think maybe there should be a little bit more, couple seconds on the clock. But overall, I mean, I think we saw a sub 2-hour game.
Yeah, Sandy Alcantara shut out. Fuck, I can't remember who it was. Hour 57 minutes.
That is ridiculous.
That is insane.
Right? So I understand it from a casual point of view. You don't want to see all that walking around the mound, all this other slow crap, and I'm kind of enjoying it. I still think a couple more seconds should be added. But I do change my statement on the pitch clock because I actually kind of do enjoy it. I can actually sit down and see an inning be done in, 10 minutes. Even less than that sometimes. So
I'm right there. I'm right there with you. I was. You can go back to the last podcast. I was vehemently against it. Like I was, no, fuck this. I don't want this. Leave baseball how it is. Watched a couple games with it, and now it's kind of like, I kind of like this. It kind of just eliminates the bullshit around it. And like you said, guys have a routine and everything, and I do think it should probably be like maybe 2 or 3 seconds longer. But I kind of like it. I'm coming around.
I wouldn't even say maybe if they didn't have to engage with the pitcher at 8 seconds. That part I don't understand. Like if I'm in the box, it's always been like that. If I'm in the box, you can throw the pitch if you're ready.
Yeah.
There's no reason to make me have to look. If I don't make eye contact with them as soon as it changes from 8 to 7, then I get called for a strike. I think that's ridiculous. That shouldn't be like that. And also the pickoff moves. You get 2 pickoff moves the entire inning. And if you don't get that guy, if you do it for the 3rd time, you have to get him out. If you don't get him out, he gets a base. It's called a balk. It just makes 0 sense to me because we saw opening day, Acuna and for the Braves was on first. The Nationals pitcher picked him off twice. He looked at the umpire and said, "Hey, that was 2 times, right?" He said, "Yes." So he got a comfortable enough lead, bigger than usual, to know that he could still get back in time, but he knew he was stealing the next pitch because he couldn't pick him off.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that rule.
That's dumb. He got so excited he tripped. He slipped trying to get the jump, and then the very next pitch still can't pick him off, so he stole again, and he was safe. So I think we'll see a lot more steals or a lot less pickoffs, which kind of limits. I do like that in the aspect of, sometimes they'll throw over 4 times in a row to get somebody warm.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks. It's like, all right, dude, come on. So that kind of takes that way, but at the same time, it makes it a lot easier for base running to happen, stealing to happen, all that kind of stuff. Which I think that's still a little bit dumb. If I actually should be able to pick off,
No,
I don't know.
I'm right there with you. I think the only thing that the pitch clock is gonna hurt is like the actual at the game experience. Like the people that are at the game, it's 30, 45 minutes less for some of these games. I mean, hell, damn near a long game, a really long game versus the game that the Marlins had the other day. That's a damn near 2-hour difference. And I
Mhm.
mean, we'll see. I
And
mean,
you can't get up from your seat. Like you
No.
can't leave, because like, oh yeah, I can probably make it back by the end of the inning, but it's like,
Yep.
oh fuck, I missed a whole entire inning.
Yep.
Because those
So-
lines are long, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even to go to the bathroom, it's like, damn, I've got to sacrifice at least half an inning just to go to the bathroom.
Yep. Because if you try and go during the inning, you don't want to miss the game. If you go like in the half inning, it's only like 2 minutes, and you
Yep.
can't.
I saw a post on Twitter or TikTok, something like that, where a dude was saying that he went to a game and him and his buddies had 2 beers, and by the time they had finished their second beer, it was already the 7th inning, so they couldn't even get another one. It's like,
dude.
what? Like, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
That's wild.
Not necessarily a bad crazy, but it's just different.
No,
It's just, you gotta get used to it. Once everybody gets used to it, it'll be fine.
I guess there should be theoretically less fights at baseball games if there really are any.
There's some.
yeah, there's some. Literally at the Tennessee LSU game, the people standing right next to me almost got into a fight.
We're
both
talking
LSU.
movie.
They were both LSU fans too.
Can't say
You'll
I'm
see it a lot
surprised.
you'll see it a lot in Boston, New York.
Imagine that.
Oh, you see it a lot in those. Like it's
Probably also like Padre or Dodgers.
San Diego, LA.
I mean,
Any team that the Astros go into, low key.
A fucking dude literally died after a Giants Dodgers game a couple years back.
So,
Rip.
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah. Good little sports talk today. All right, Nick, you gotta come back over here. Come on.
Get close to that mic.
Yep, get close to the mic. What's the would you rather? I can't hear you. It didn't pick up at all.
You.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is. I heard that one.
What you got for us tonight?
This is serial edition. Would you rather?
Ooh.
The format. So we're gonna start off with Captain Crunch or Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms.
Captain Crunch.
Going Lucky Charms. I love Captain Crunch, but it messes my mouth up. It scratches the roof of my mouth.
I would go Captain Crunch, but for the sake of it, let's just do Lucky Charms. All right, Lucky Charms. This one I'm by easy. Lucky Charms Cheerios.
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms.
You're a Cheerios,
bro.
Really?
Cheerios goes fucking crazy.
Hey, I didn't say Cheerios was bad. I enjoy Cheerios too, but
Lucky Charms is good, but I think I would lean towards Cheerios.
Really? Okay.
Honey
I'll do.
nut.
I like Cheerios, but sake of argument, I guess for the vote, we'll stick with Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms Cocoa Puffs.
Lucky Charms.
Lucky. I would go Lucky. If it was Cocoa Crisps,
That like
I
the
go
crisp.
Cocoa Crisps. Yeah, I don't like the little balls.
Rising after what you're talking about earlier.
Okay. I'll go Lucky Charms on that one.
Lucky Charms or Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes.
Yeah. Frosted
Frosted
Flakes.
Flakes. Okay, all right. Last one. Frosted Flakes, Reese's Pieces. Or Reese's
Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes.
Reese's Puffs. No,
Reese's Pieces.
Definitely.
Throw
Frosted
that in some
Flakes.
milk. Diabetes.
Diabetes for sure.
Diabetes.
Again,
All right.
you left out the goat of all cereals, though.
I want to hold on because I want to go to that now that if that's his last, would you rather?
Last
I want to
one,
know
yeah.
what everybody's goat cereal. Like, what is your cereal? Or not? I wouldn't say goat cereal. What's the one cereal that you could eat every single day and not have another cereal? I guess you could say goat, but like, I don't want you to be able. I want you to have just one that you choose.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Fuck, man, this is difficult.
And I would say honorable mention for me would have to be, and I don't eat a ton of cereal, so I'm not
I
like
don't need-
I'm not like an avid cereal goer or anything. But
Cereal goer.
this is gonna sound like I'm an old person. But
Raisin
Bran
Oh my god.
with Raisin Bran, but it has what's it called? They put them in all different cereals where it's like little granola, not granola, but like the little
Yeah,
like
Yogurt.
No,
Yeah.
It's granola.
yeah, it's like granola, but like held together by honey or something. But Raisin Bran with those, that's my close runner up. They're so delicious.
The cereal that I could eat. Just hear me out, all right?
Oh god,
Apple Jacks.
fire!
I could
It's good, but
I could fuck up some Apple
if
Jacks.
you would delete every other cereal for Apple Jacks,
I'm questioning your sanity.
I would. I would. If that was one, I would. As a kid, I fucking loved Apple Jacks, man. That was my shit. I'm not saying all the other ones are bad, but hey, we all got favorites, man.
that's true. Nick,
Apple
At least I'm
Jacks.
not fucking old man Raisin Bran over here.
Raisin.
I said that was my honorable mention. My number one is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Get some Raisin Bran.
I was saying I'm not even like a big like I can't eat raisins by themselves, but in Raisin Bran, for whatever reason,
It goes hard. It's different. They do it. I don't know. They go. I don't know. It just goes. It goes well with the cereal.
yeah. And okay, when was the last time that either one of you had raisins?
Raisins?
I've never even had Raisin Bran.
Okay, so you can't be saying anything. Try
Yes, I
it.
can.
The last time I had raisins, like just raisins plain,
Raw raisins, bro.
Just raisins in general. In
like
something.
last week.
Ew, what?
So talking about me being an old man.
Weirdo.
Yeah. Okay.
It tastes good.
What did you have them with? Like chocolate covered?
By himself,
Just regular ass fucking raisins?
Weirdo.
Here, hold on.
bro.
What a strange
Who
man.
eats raisins, bro.
By the way, it's called Raisin Bran Crunch. And Kyle, please next
I want
time.
to see him.
Next,
No, I don't like raisins, bro.
dude, trust me, it's different.
No,
Trust me.
it's not. It's fucking not. My mind says it's not different. It's not gonna be different.
Fat ass bag of them. I got like 2 of these bitches because I went to Sam's whenever I first moved here, and my mom was like picking out snacks.
When you first
You're
moved here
right,
and
get some raisins.
and you still have them, that's saying something.
Raisins.
Yeah, because I don't eat them a lot. I eat
How
them every
old
now
are
and
you, bro?
then. I eat some
Let me
of
see you eat a whole handful right now.
I want to see it.
I feel like you're capping. I want a whole,
Raisins aren't bad.
whole
Is this-
handful.
Is this
Don't do
enough?
it.
Yeah, sure.
Don't fucking do it.
Do it.
You're sick.
Oh, he dropped one. That is disgusting, actually.
Raisin Brans raisins aren't bad. It's just not a go-to. But now Raisin Bran Crunch.
Like literally just dehydrated grapes. Grow up.
Grape.
Shut up, Mr. 60-year-old man.
Yeah.
All right, Nick. What's the
Oh,
cereal?
you heard who bought those for me, right? Or fucking. I mean,
I'm calling. I'm telling on you.
that's fine. Dad will probably listen to this. I don't know if Mom will or not, but my dad said he wants to be a guest on the podcast. We're TBD on that one.
Dude, I would love to talk to him.
I like how you're just avoiding what your
Your
best
cereal,
cereal
yeah.
is.
Yeah, what's your best cereal?
I like the wave I'm on right now recently has been a bunch of oats with vanilla.
So you would delete? I'm asking this. You would delete all cereal for
Yes,
honey bunches of oat with vanilla.
Yes, because I can eat that every day and I will not get sick of it.
But that's
All
your
the
goat?
other cereals, I'll get sick of it eventually.
Interesting.
Does that make
Never had
sense?
that.
In my house,
Yeah.
I always have Honey Bunches of Oats, but I always switch out. Like I could have Lucky Charms one week, you know, Cocoa Puffs another, but there's always Honey Bunches of Oats in there because that's my go-to. You know what I mean?
These honey bunches of oats with vanilla
With
bunches.
vanilla. Yes, yes, with vanilla. Dude, it goes so hard.
What's the little? I have an honorable mention too. What's the square wheat shits?
Wheat.
What are those
Wheaties,
things? Yeah, no, not
Yeah, somebody
Wheaties.
kick them.
like
It's
the
the
mini Wheatie
Mini
things. Yeah.
Wheaties.
yeah frosted mini wheats. I could fuck like some of the strawberry frosted mini
I've never
wheats.
had
Oh
those.
yeah, I'd fuck those up any day of the week. Those are so good.
Kick them.
Yeah.
All right.
Kyle-
Well,
Kyle's ducking his right now.
I'm not digging mine. I'm gonna go with the OG. I think is Frosted Flakes. I mean, you can't go
Second.
wrong with Frosted Flakes. I can eat that all the time. I even kind of like corn flakes. You know, if I'm not feeling sugary, I just kind of eat some corn flakes. And just like you, Jacob, I'm not an avid cereal eater, right? I just don't. But when I get that one bowl of cereal, I'm like, holy fuck!
And then you eat like
Why
4 in a
don't I
row.
eat more of these? Why do I? I can eat this for dinner every night and be okay.
Yeah.
Facts.
But then I go another 2 months without eating it, and then I have that same realization 2 months later, like, oh god damn it, I can
This
eat these
is
bitches
good.
forever. I would say my honorable mention would probably be Cocoa Crisps. Those are
Oh,
kind of go crazy. That or Fruity Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles also goes crazy.
that was nice.
Fruity
Man.
Pebbles
But
and
I would
frosted.
say, go ahead.
No, I'm just those two are probably the best where you let them get soggy.
Yeah.
No, dude, I hate it when they're soggy.
Let
I like
frosted
Fruity
flakes.
Pebbles when they're soggy.
Oh,
Not
both of
Frosted
them.
Flakes.
Dude,
I like the
both.
crunch of Frosted Flakes.
Both.
you gotta have the crunch.
But a very underrated cereal that I could eat very often would be Honey Smacks.
Never heard
Oh,
that.
If you guys,
Golden grams, bro.
kind of
give
the
me some-
same.
give
No,
me some
Golden Grams are
Graham.
kind of like cinnamon toast crunch, right?
What are they
Just
called?
like the
Yeah.
squares.
Honey
Except
what?
it's honey.
Honey Schmacks. It's like a frog on the front.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
like
know
a
what
red
you're talking
box.
Oh,
They're
this
like
guy.
overpowered, bro. I don't know what the hell you just went on. He went on Target. Yes, they're
yeah.
they're like overpowered with honey, but like goes crazy. So
I've never seen those before.
about. Oh yeah,
very good.
nice little.
I will try a Raisin Bran if you try Honey Smacks.
Next time I go to the grocery store, I'll look for them. And I'll send you a picture. And if I take a picture of it in my apartment with them, you have to.
I want to see it.
Do
Nah, you
Raisin
gotta
Bran
send a video of
crunch.
you eating it.
I want to see it in your mouth.
All right, buddy, you're done. You're done.
Oh god.
Nice little cereal
You're done.
debate, but Jacob, bring us home. What do you got for us tonight?
Okay. Well, keeping it, nothing crazy today. Gonna get a little dive into y'all's brains.
Love it.
So obviously we talk about a lot of sports. So it's a sports question. I'll answer it for myself. Kind of let y'all get y'all some time to think. But my question, just to kind of see what y'all come from, is there a sport out there? It can be anything from your conventional football, baseball, basketball, all that, all the way down to darts, bowling, pool, stuff like that. Was there ever, now that we're all, out of our young age, we're men now, right? Is there a sport that you wish that you would have played growing up? It's like for me,
Yes.
I wish I would have had the opportunity to play hockey. I wish I would have realized that golf is fun and got actually into golf. And also kind of wish I would have taken some time and not necessarily got out of my way and play it a lot, but learn how to be decent at bowling. Because that's not something that's it's kind of one of those things you go, oh, let's go bowling. You're just going to go hang out, but being good at it too, that'd be pretty cool. I don't know. You feel free to whoever has it seems like Kyle, you have something.
I did. There's right off the dome, gymnastics. I was
Interesting.
very active as a kid. Very extremely flexible. Moved well before I got fat. I was a very active, agile kid, and even my mom says that's the one thing she regrets not putting me in is gymnastics.
Interesting.
So I would like, even though you can't really do much in gymnastics, right? Like, I mean, there's not much. I mean,
It's like
besides
Olympics
like
or bust.
Olympics, yeah, and I don't think there's very much money in Olympics. But I don't know what I would have done in gymnastics, but that would be something that I would.
Be honest, that's not what I expected you to answer
Yeah,
with.
not at all. That was completely out of left field. Shit. I mean, hell, I only played baseball for like 4 years
It doesn't count.
because
Can't pick it.
okay. That's why I was asking, because I didn't start until I was in 6th grade and I quit my sophomore year of high school. So
So I
Winner.
I never played hockey. I only picked up golf my like junior year of college, and then I mean I played a couple times in high school, and then
yeah,
I mean bowling. Like I said, that's just kind of something I never played, but you play it with friends, you know.
yeah. For me, it's probably I played a little growing up, but golf, like definitely would have played more golf growing up.
Yeah, I wish it would have been a little bit more promoted where we grew up.
Yeah,
Like in high school. I mean, yeah, we had a golf team, but like didn't.
nobody gave a fuck about it.
Yeah,
Shit.
It
exactly.
wasn't like. What about you, Nick?
Golf would be number one. Also, wrestling. I think it'd be kind of cool to, if Giddings had like a wrestling team or something, that'd be kind of cool. I would have been interested in that. Who doesn't like to wrestle around sweaty with other
Tights.
I can tell
tight?
you, I do.
Yeah.
I don't know if this technically counts as a sport, but I feel like I want to do like a Muay Thai or some like
Muay Thai?
kind of fight
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai, kind of
Yeah.
like a fighting kind of deal.
Well, it's
Just
never
I don't know. I
too
think it'd
late
be
to
cool.
start with that. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
a lot of that stuff it's like grappling. So it's not like you're out there
Yeah.
fighting people to the death like UFC. You're
To get put into a fucking rear naked choke
yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
I'd rather be knocked out, I think, than get choked to sleep. Honestly.
Yeah,
Um,
probably.
I'd
I have a
prefer
guy
just not
that
have
I
either.
work with. Yeah, exactly true. I have a guy that I have that comes to PT, and he does jujitsu, and so I've kind of been picking his brain about that. And it just makes it sound interesting, right? It's like it's great cardio, fantastic exercise. Maybe that's like something that some people need. That's just there's not much exposure to it, right? Like
Yeah.
there's nobody out there promoting these things where it's like not only do I not have to fight professionally or competitively, I can just do it for exercise. And maybe kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, all this stuff becomes a passion for you and you can get in shape while doing it. So I've kind of been looking at like jiu-jitsu or like not taekwondo, kickboxing. Kind of get a way of getting some cardio. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't.
Yeah. Might have to try kickboxing because I know there's a couple gyms around here. So
And then live on the podcast, we can have me and Colton kickboxing each other.
yeah,
Oh my God, yes.
Tag team
Fight night.
match.
but yeah. All right. I think that kind of wraps us up. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for all the views and the likes and the follows on Twitter, YouTube, everything. Be sure to check this out. It should be out sometime later this week. Shout out to everybody who's been tuning in and everything. Really appreciate it. Yeah. I will catch you guys next week. Good luck to everybody's teams the rest of the week, no matter what the sport is. Yeah.
Or Boston.
Don't care. Still don't care.
Yeah.
We're gonna play in the garden. And we're gonna win. But yeah. See y'all later.
Deuces.